There was
So
a dragon, and we almost died.
Done.
I have basically no
But we
notes,
didn't.
but I can try.
Yeah.
So we, after freeing the village of the Golden Fields from the threat of an impending hill giant raid, we headed back towards Waterdeep, where Ren received a mysterious letter, which she told the group was from one of her exes, who might try to murder her and wears a lot of cloaks. And she ate the letter, and
It was-
everybody totally believed that whole thing.
It was from many exes all at once. That's very important
Fair
to
enough.
note.
The Council of Able Exes sounds
I
true.
didn't believe her.
That's
Of
my
course you
point
did.
exactly. And Tristan separated from the main group to go get his new fancy armor, and in the meantime the group met with Lyosem to learn that whether, I don't know if Tristan knows this, but apparently Riberion has been seen in Everland, which there's apparently also a way to the Feywild in the High Forest, which is separate from the potential way to the Feywild that we might be looking for in Neverwinter. But Tristan maybe doesn't know this, because around the time he rejoined the group, and a squire arrived, I believe, with a letter from the Knights of Tur, basically saying that they had gone to investigate the opposite quest that we took, like the one with 1 second, dragon cult activity along the, which was the name of this road?
Good question. Sorry, I forget.
High road up north of Waterdeep. So there might be that there was an encampment or a fort. I think we can all see in the screen that there indeed was a fort, and that Sir Aaron was presumed missing. The knights had been attacked, and I don't remember if they mentioned the dragon on that one, or if it was, or if we learned of that after.
I think
it was after.
Yeah, from
Right.
Sending.
Yep. Rin used her sending spell, and
Right, because like the next thing that happened is like Ren asked Tristan if he wanted to like send a message to Sir Aaron to make sure that he was alive, and Tristan was like, "Well, yes, of course." And Tristan was very insistent on going in and saving Sir Aaron, and also the message that Ren sent had a reply. Sir Aaron didn't know where he was, but he at least was alive for the time being. And then we tracked all that to this area where we either Sir Aaron told us, or we saw a lot of signs pointing to Red Dragon being nearby.
Yeah. The signs of a red dragon in particular.
Right.
You guys knew of the dragon because of his sending response, but there were a lot of environmental concerns, basically, that there was a dragon in the area.
Right. And we arrived here and saw this fort with a bunch of archers, and dragon fly in the opening cinematic and perch itself in its nest on the keep. And we were like, Tristan was like, should we do a frontal assault on that? And everyone else was like, no, that's stupid. And we started trying to sneak around and we found two paladins of the Order of the Knights of Tur inside this first house that we examined. And from there on, we found a lot of empty houses, a church that wasn't empty, that had two bandits, two cult members here. We did a very complicated plan to dispatch them from the other side. And then once the coast is clear, we were like, oh, yeah, we will go into this door. And oh, surprise, the other building also had a bunch of cult members who saw us. And at that point, the battle was started. there were 3 half dragons, if I'm not mistaken,
Correct.
plus the red dragon. The red dragon like burned Tristan to a crisp twice. That was a very tough battle until Andrew was like, I suggest that you go away. And the dragon was like, sure. And then the dragon left, and we managed to finish the rest of the cult members. And now we are seeing a very wounded Sir Aaron as Tristan flies over this battlements. Am I missing anything critical?
Nope. Nope. I think that's pretty much right where we left off. We finished the fight more or less, and I actually don't remember if you guys got to Sir Aaron already, or
No.
We saw him, and it's like I think we dropped the curtain at that point. There might have been,
I don't know if you mentioned the part where Ren saved your asses with healing spells.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
don't
I
think-
think
I
that
don't
goes
think you
without
did.
saying, but absolutely, like a standard battle procedure for this team. Tristan goes down, and Ren heals.
No, not at all. Don't mention it. Just cleric's job.
And
Well-
me dying is unsurprising.
So as the last of the cultists here and the half dragons fall, you guys are left with what appears to be the ruins of like a smoking keep in front of you. The presence of a red dragon has really just altered the terrain in a very short amount of time here. The scent of sulfur still hangs in the air. The walls are crumbling. The earth still feels, like there's some sort of activity happening below you. There are just tremors happening every so often. Nothing on the scale of like a major earthquake or anything, but something is happening below your feet. And so as you look forward, the walls of this keep, which to anyone who'd ever been here before did not look like this, are just crumbling and falling. Whatever that dragon was doing here, it has really just taken a toll on the landscape right in front of you. The doors to the keep, which are right here, are mostly hanging off, like they had been beaten in just quickly, and more or less just completely destroyed. What do you guys want to do?
Tristan is flying down on the side of the wall, and Sir Aaron, are you all right?
So Aaron is just barely clinging to life, pretty much unable to respond at the moment.
Everyone, please, does anyone have some healing? I shout back towards the rest of the group.
I start
Do
running.
you have a climbing kit so I can get over the wall?
You can just walk through there.
I think that
it's
the
open.
description was that this was like
Yeah, the
Oh,
doors
it's
are
open.
busted open.
Okay,
Mhm.
sorry, I missed that.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, sir, eat that, eat that. Give him a good berry.
Well, he's unconscious more or less, so he's not eating.
Ren will cast.
You can shove one down his throat, but
I can cast it if you want.
Oh, it's fine. I can get spell slots back.
All right then.
all right. So as you cast it, basically he his eyes open, his breathing is just ragged. He bears kind of the marks of days of torture and abuse, more or less. Really just the fact that he has kind of endured that level of punishment and is still alive just really speaks volumes to his strength and like general training. He's a knight and he's able to withstand a lot of damage, but from the looks of it, he's taken more than most could really bear. But his eyes open up as you cast Cure Wounds. You touch him, and just basically this healing aura just washes over his body. And okay, good to know, Hendry. And he doesn't really sit up, but he is at least awake and aware that you guys are all there standing around him at this point. And he just kind of looks up, confused about where he's at, and you see almost like a spark of sadness like roll across his face. And he asks you guys, where, what happened?
There was a dragon attack. We heard of it. We came here to rescue you. We can talk later. We have a card. Allow us to take you to there, and Tristan will try to like help him up from the shoulder. If someone helps on the other side, all the better.
Wait a second, Tristan. Let him have some water at least first. Poor man must be thirsty.
Right. Andrew,
The dragon won't be coming
we have long.
coming back soon, right, Andrew?
We should definitely leave as soon as possible. I don't know how long till he gets back.
Probably does need a sip of water, but after that, if we can, I don't know if you are in no condition to walk, we can try carrying you there, sir, if you would not mind.
I bet
Well,
Curran can carry him with his big muscles.
He just kind of looks up and says, I think you're right. I think we have to get out of here.
Yeah, sir. Please eat that. It will help you. Give him good berries. Good berries for everything.
Let's see.
He might not be in a condition to eat many of them, but I guess...
Not many, correct. But he can eat at least 2. Let me see. I forget what his.
That's a lot of food, but yeah.
That's 12 HP.
Yeah. Oh, I made his character sheet. Let me find it. Here it is. So you guys are getting him up. So you guys did leave your horse and Jartail and the cart and everything a little ways back. You guys tell me.
We can. I mean, he's not gonna be walking that distance, and we're not staying here, so we're carrying him there. Tristan would definitely be lifting one side of him, but there's a knight in armor. So
let me take a quick look if we can help him get up. I'll just do a medicine check or something, because I have restoration spell. Maybe that would help. Because I have healing and I have restoration.
Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head, does restoration help at all with any levels of exhaustion?
Nope. I don't think so. It removes blindness, death, paralyzed.
So kind of mechanically, kind of how I'm doing it is giving him at least 2 levels of exhaustion. And I know he's hurt and he's going to require, actual medical care. And I do want to talk to y'all about that. I have an idea on that, but I'll put it in homebrew stuff later. But you guys are able to tell just from that he is just like grievously injured. And you guys have been able to really stabilize him and get him back to a position where he could move. But he is going to require like extensive care, more than just like the field healing that you guys really are capable of at the moment. But you are able to move him without damaging him further. But what is the plan as far as getting him to a cart? Are you going to carry him the whole way, or is somebody going back to get stuff, or?
We couldn't bring the cart here, or at least a horse.
Okay. Well, he's probably not going to be able to ride. He can't really stand, so.
Right, but someone else can ride a horse, and we
Yeah.
put him atop the horse.
Probably safe to bring Yartil and Gobblebottom. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I said that backwards. It's probably safe to bring Gobblebottom and Yartil.
All right, then can someone go get the cart?
Well, he is until there's transport for him. He's fine on the ground. I know you said you were looking around.
Yeah, just
are you
maybe-
actually?
Yeah, I wanted to see if there's like any enemies left around, like hiding or anything useful that we can use to help.
Sure. Well, are you actually like moving through the keep, or or what's left of it, or are you just like
Well,
keeping an eye out?
What kind of? Yeah, I'm kind of moving around, but like keeping within the sort of shouting quote unquote distance of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you're moving around through the keep, I want you to give me an investigation check. Oh man, okay. So
Tell me all its secrets.
most of the keep is destroyed. For whatever reason, the cultists that were here moved through and just ransacked this place. And left behind like nothing. Really, the only functionality of this place is that some of its walls are still standing. The tower on the right hand of the keep is at least in good enough shape that you're able to make it all the way to the top, where you do find 3 dragon eggs smoldering in a nest that this young dragon has built.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna yell down, being like, "Yo, guys, there's dragon eggs."
Ren is gonna Ren I think was kind of maybe helping hold up Sir Aaron's back. Hearing that, she's gonna look up, instantly drop him, and go running after I.
One
and Sir
second.
Aaron dies. No.
Yeah, they don't have advantage. Tristan does not catch Sir Aaron's head, I imagine.
He stumbles and kind of falls to his knees and just collapses back on the ground as Ren's greed takes over and she runs for the dragon eggs. But I actually, there's a couple other things you find while you're kind of digging through the rubble that is this keep. You do find a chest actually in one of the upstairs quarters that is going to be holding 400 pieces of gold.
Oh, neat.
And it also has, and I meant to look this up. How many diamonds do you need for
300.
300?
300 gold
single
worth
diamond
of
worth
diamonds.
300. Yeah.
Sorry, one person say it? I
Sorry.
didn't hear it.
300 gold worth of diamonds. So it could be
Okay.
several smaller diamonds, one
Okay.
big diamond.
So you actually do find a small pouch of diamonds. We'll just say that it is that amount. Basically, I'm gifting you another Revivify.
Yeah. It can be multiple diamonds. I didn't know that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't see why not, right? And
Yeah,
there's
no, it's correct.
There is one more thing in this chest. Small pouch of really fine dust. And beyond that, you would have to make some checks. You don't know what it is yet.
Oh, by the way, we now have a party equipment staying, I think.
A what? Sorry?
Like a party equipment. I'm looking through. Yeah, I'll add it. I'll on World Anvil. If you go to Adventurers of Faerun, there's equipment section where we can add our party loot.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, right, equipment here.
Oh, that's so practical. Okay, that's awesome.
Oh, and you can like click on stream and just see what everyone posts there.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's really neat.
Very cool.
Currency and 400. See, now we have gold, 400 gold in there. If you
Nice.
update.
Oh,
So
that's
if
nice.
Ren wants to add all of our partition in there, that would be neat.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Where is that again? Just so I can.
It's under Adventures of Faerun, or it might be in your campaign stuff.
Campaign.
There is a party like section.
Yeah, there's a
and then
party
there's
section
equipment.
specifically.
I see cast. Do I not have that one? Why would I not? Oh, there it is. Okay.
It's where you can see all of our stream put together. Then there is an equipment tab.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. Somebody added 417 gold.
I think there was a.
I'm kidding. It's fine. I'm assuming that's what you guys already had. Which
That's
don't abuse that, please. Like I'm like, oh yeah, you guys probably totally had 18 million gold.
No,
I'd probably give you that
we
much.
wouldn't do that.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I mean, we can
We
can
already
edit
write
each other's
whatever we
stuff,
want
too.
on our own
That's-
character sheet,
This is
and
all
this
That's
is what
true.
the
Tristan's
world
got.
is ours.
We are the Lords of Waterdeep. Do you want to investigate said pouch of dust?
Yes, I would like to investigate it, but be careful about it in case it like explodes or anything, you know?
It explodes. No.
Oh no.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
And it's like a really fine little bag, like almost like something jewelry would come
Ren,
in.
are you with us? Do you want to help me? Are you proficient in Arcana by any chance?
I am not,
Tragic,
unfortunately.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that is actually good enough. Because if you were to reach into the bag and pull out a small amount of the dust, you would notice that the finger that is coated in the dust is now invisible.
Holy shit.
This is what's called dust of disappearance.
Do I still have a finger though?
Yes.
Okay.
You have an invisible finger.
Do I know how long this lasts by any chance? Like,
Hard to tell, but I mean, just for the sake of you knowing what you have, it makes you invisible for 2d4 minutes.
okay, I'm going to
And that's an official thing, so you should be able to add
Okay,
it on
I'm
D&D Beyond.
going to look at Ren and I'm going to be like, hey, can I pocket this? Do you think I can pocket this?
There's enough of it for one use, so it's a single-use item. But
Okay, I will pocket this.
Is it like can you stay invisible while you're casting spells and stuff? Is it like greater invisibility or is it like invisibility?
let me see. Let me
Is
read
it greater invisibility or is it invisibility?
If a creature affected by the dust attacks or casts a spell, the invisibility ends for that creature.
Yes.
Okay, so it's like normal visibility. Nice.
Yeah, so lesser invisibility.
Yeah, Ren will say, "Oh yeah, no, definitely keep that."
But outside of those things, basically every room that you look into, furniture is just completely destroyed. Walls are cracking. This place is near total catastrophic failure.
So, based on what we know about dragons, do we
Yes.
know how soon these fucking eggs are gonna hatch by any chance?
Give me a nature check.
Damn, I'm on roll tonight
Nice.
so far.
So, you have really only encountered dragon's eggs the one time.
Yes.
But from what you can tell, these seem to be pretty much ready to hatch. Or very, very close to it.
I'm gonna be like, hey, what if we send a word down to Waterdeep like, hey, there is 3 dragon eggs here. gather your best nature, arcana, whatever people and get them here and try to fucking tame these dragons.
Ooh, okay. But also, what
Will they
if
be able to do that in 16 hours?
What was that? I'm sorry. What was the question?
That is very fair. The dragon will return for its eggs.
Yeah. Okay, what if we tried putting one of the eggs in the bag of holding? Do you think that would work?
What
Let's
would
see how heavy
happen?
these are.
I think the bag is currently
Hold
of
on.
Turin, right?
Hold on.
Believe so.
Oh no, hold on. Where is it? Where is my hole?
Okay, I look up how heavy are dragon eggs, or how, and the first response is how big are dragon eggs, and the only response is about yay big.
Okay.
Great.
That's helpful.
I mean, dragons are majestic creatures
So-
and all, but
They
Want to say, if I remember correctly, they are about 50 pounds. Let me see. Medium eggs, they are 4 foot to 5 feet large, and we're going to say that's in diameter.
great.
So they're pretty big.
Hold on. Okay. Is an egg considered a living thing though?
No.
No, it's only breathing creatures
Yes.
that can only survive
Okay,
a short
so
time. Okay.
we might not be able to fit it into a bag of holding because of how big it is.
Right.
But guess what I have?
Oh.
What?
A portable hole.
Oh shit.
Oh, God.
That if you open it up, I'm reading it right now. If you open it up, it creates a hole that is 6 feet in diameter, circle sheet, 6 feet in diameter, perfect for an egg.
Mhm.
And it's 10 feet deep. There is absolutely nothing about the fact that what's the weight of the thing that it can carry. It just says that it's the same like living creatures can only breathe there for 10 minutes. And the thing is that like it weighs nothing if you put stuff in it. So we can have one egg into the portable hole and haul our ass to like a safe spot to raise it.
I mean, we could all put them in the cart.
I don't know how safe it is to travel with like dragon eggs. Point is, we
Okay.
can only carry, most likely because of how big they are, we can only get one anyway.
Yeah. No, the portable hole thing is a great idea. I didn't know you had that. What
Yeah,
else do you
I
have? Do you
got
have
it.
like handcuffs? Do you have a portable hole?
I got
Like,
it.
what?
So there was like this shady ass place in Waterdeep,
Yeah.
and I found this handkerchief, and I was like, "Oh, this looks fancy." It's like Vanta black paint, I thought. So I was like, "Oh, we can just like paint shit," but it was a hole, so it was very neat.
God, I wish some of my handkerchiefs turned into holes. You're
That's
so
how
lucky.
that's how I imagine the portable hole looks, just like a Vanta black paint.
Yeah.
You just stick
That's
your
pretty
hand
good.
in it. Until you like open it up, then it's like just a black hole. I don't know. Yeah. So we can
Looking
put.
at it real quick. Just read the description of the item.
I can.
If the hole is folded up, a creature within the hole's extra dimensional space can use an action to make a DC 10 strength check.
Yeah. So the dragon would have to.
Oh, here we go. Breathing creature within a closed portable hole can survive for up to 10 minutes, after which time it begins to suffocate. So if they were to hatch in there.
But the point is that they're probably not gonna hatch within the next like day or two, right?
Who knows?
How like with my nature check, like do I know like they look like they're about to hatch? Like do they look like thin and like they're about like gonna hatch within a day or so?
Even with that nature check, I think it's pretty difficult to tell exactly when they're going to hatch.
Okay.
But you can tell that they're very close.
I'm going to let's go and talk to Sir Aaron and see if he feels like there is any point in trying to deliver a dragon egg to someone who could try to train it, because having a dragon on our side would be monumental. It's a small dragon, but like in the future, like think about it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'll stay here and watch these if you want.
Or even we can just take it and like I can just keep an eye on it and we just don't tell anybody.
Oh shit. Okay, we could like take one and just tell everybody else that there's only 2.
Yeah.
But then what do we do with it?
All right,
Well-
writing down that you guys are keeping secrets.
Eggs
The
not
dragon egg is definitely going to backfire. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm thinking if we take this egg, put it in a portable hole, we send Sir Aaron on his way to the rest of the rest of them. We destroy the other 2 eggs, and we then tell the party, "Hey, we kept this egg because we want to try to train it."
I think
So-
it's a really bad idea. Let's do it.
Okay,
I really
no, I'm
want
with
to
you.
try. Worst case scenario, we kill a baby dragon.
Yeah, I mean,
Heartless.
we've done that. But look, why do we have to destroy the other 2? You know, we could tell Sir Aaron, like, look, we found these 2 dragon eggs.
Do with them
maybe-
what you will.
Exactly, but we don't tell him about the 3rd. And then once
Yes.
he's gone, we're like, hey guys, we have this 3rd dragon egg. Surprise.
Yes. Okay. Just so like, and then we can debate it with the rest of our party if they decide to like
Uh-huh.
they don't like it.
Okay. This is an amazing plan.
Okay.
I don't see
I will
any way
start
this could go wrong.
I will start unfolding the cloth and rolling the egg into it.
This is when I'm just going to be like, hey, guys, remember that keep you just got? Be a real shame if something happened to it. Not
Well,
really.
that's tragic. The dragons don't
I'm
know
kidding,
we
I'm
have a
kidding.
keep.
Are you blackmailing us with our home bear?
Nope, nope.
The dragon does
How
know our
could you?
group's name, though.
The dragon does?
Well, I said it to it.
You
But
know
the dragon
Scott's name?
doesn't
First time.
the dragon
didn't tell
doesn't
us that.
know that we have a keep, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, the dragon don't know about the keep, but
What did you say to the dragon? I don't remember.
the very first time I tried to suggesting it, I like told it to fear the menagerie of magic and to fly away.
Well,
Oh, okay.
it's very good that we're not the menagerie of magic and we're the menagerie of might. Very different. Maybe
I had
that's
to
why
fix
you're
so many articles.
maybe that's why your suggestion didn't work.
We'll go with that.
I did say might.
Okay.
So,
Just
I guess just to kind of bring it back, so you guys are keeping one dragon egg, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
This is gonna backfire horribly, but it
Oh,
could be
absolutely.
so good. It could be so good if we do this right.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
we're
do
So-
talking
that.
about a red dragon egg.
So you guys would know that, you know, even if this thing were to hatch today,
Yeah.
dragons take a really long time actually to like mature into anything that would seriously threaten you guys.
But hey, in like the future, like right now, we don't need anything to like threaten us. Like if it hatches and we can't like properly train it, then
Mhm.
it's just what it is.
Then you
But
just
if
kill
we
it.
can train it, well, you know,
Just give
we
it
could,
the old Geller treatment.
like if we kill it now, we will kill it anyway. So like we might
Yeah.
as well give it a chance to be a good dragon.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we put it with Jahar, or not Jahar, is that his name?
Jartail.
Jartail, and we're like, hey, once it like hatches and stuff.
Yeah. I am an impartial judge here.
He has
It
a
is your
trap set
plan.
up for us already with this, but go for it.
I agree. We shouldn't kill those creatures unless it's our very last option.
In any case, Tristan is tending to Sir Aaron. He doesn't know about this egg, so
Yeah, so we have a perfect like person to keep the egg for us who is like indebted to us and shit. Like, I don't see how this can backfire. It's perfect.
yeah, give the
It's
red dragon to the necromancer.
He
Sounds good.
thinks he thinks we're very good, and I think he likes us.
So far, he likes you guys pretty good.
Worst case scenario, we can find somebody in the Feywild to also indebted to us, and raise a dragon in the Feywild.
This is just a roundabout way of becoming slavers.
We're
no.
no, I don't mean like
I'm
that.
kidding. I'm kidding. It's funny though.
It's an adoption. Okay, we adopted a necromancer. Now we're adopting a dragon.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
fair enough. But so
So-
you guys now have a dragon egg.
Yes, I will put it into my portable hole. I don't know if there's such a thing as a dragon egg in the compendium, but we're gonna find out. Dragon
I'm sure there is,
egg.
but
No, there isn't.
so we'll say probably at this point it's been roughly half an hour. So you guys are burning time that this dragon might come back or might be able to.
Okay, then
Entry, does he get to make any kind of saves against like ongoing against suggestion?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, I wasn't sure. I don't have it there.
As long as
Suggestion is
Henry
really
maintains
good.
concentration.
This last 8 hours, there's no save. Okay.
Unless something hits Henry in those 8 hours.
Or one of us hit the dragon, but should it happen?
Okay. Well, he's not even available to be hit by you guys, so. And as of right now, Indri is okay. Okay, so who went back to get the carts or the horses in the cart? Indri, did you go alone or did somebody go with you? One of the paladins would have offered to go with you if you
I'll
needed
what
go
it.
with
was this
Endry
village
also.
name again?
Pella's Wish.
I'll go with Endry. I want to get back to Hopper.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if Yarrick will go, then I'll go. I don't know if I trust these two guys.
Hopper.
Okay.
Hopper.
So you guys
come
make
here,
it
Hopper.
back. Jartail has actually like managed to push all of the horses and Hopper off into some like cover along the cliff that this road follows. Because you get there and he's like, I heard fighting. Sounded like dragons.
Yeah, it was a big, nasty red one.
You fought a dragon?
Yep.
Scared him off, kind of.
You scared a dragon?
It threw fire at me. It was
I
a
don't
bit
see
hot.
how that scared it.
I don't know what happened.
Were you unconscious for that part? You're just like...
Yeah, he scared the dragon, but before running away, he killed me. So yeah, I don't know what happened exactly. It was really, really hot.
Well, Jartail is very impressed. Any kind of dragon, any fight with a dragon and coming out alive is an impressive feat. But he is able to pull all of your mounts and Gobblebottom with the cart back onto the road and follow you guys up to the keep, where you're able to load Sir Aaron back in, and the two paladins actually go back down the road on foot, where they retrieve their mounts that they actually left behind when they started the action as well. They have several other ones that are now empty, no riders, but they kind of leash them all together and begin to move back down the road with you guys. If y'all going back to Waterdeep, is that the plan?
So probably, but the
Oh.
question is, did Rand told us about the other two eggs? Like,
Yeah, we
there's one
wanted-
egg that doesn't exist that is hidden. What happens with the other two eggs?
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
we wanted to
I
talk
forgot.
about it real quick to Sir Aaron.
Sure.
Being like, hey, There are 2 dragon eggs up there. You could either use them to bargain with the dragon if it returns, or basically we're leaving up the decision to what to do with the 2 dragon eggs to you and the people of like the governing party, so to speak, of
Sure.
Waterdeep.
Sir Aaron, you see like a flash of anger just kind of rip across his face, and he's
Destroy them.
yes, he is like destroy them now. That dragon will lay dead. I will see to that.
Okay then. Do you want us to collect anything from the eggs? Is there any like special useful things that eggs produce, that like eggshells?
Let's see.
You heard Sir Aaron, and are the paladins here still?
Yeah, they wouldn't leave without you guys. Sorry.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should look inside all the houses. Maybe there's cultists still there. We must not let any witnesses.
Are y'all going house to house? Is that
We should.
okay?
Or possibly any survivors, although
I mean, we don't want the cultists to know that who we are exactly.
well, speak for yourself on that, but maybe it's not advisable to leave too many people after us. In any case, Sir Aaron, if you will be fine here for a moment, and Tristan will walk up to break some eggs.
I follow him and make sure that the eggs are broken in such a way that like there is no if the dragon returns, there is not much likelihood that it will recognize that there is only 2 eggs broken here, not 3.
You kind of scatter them
will-
all around the place, but
Yeah.
do I
Ren
need
will
to
go
roll
with
for?
was gonna help.
While
Sorry.
they're breaking the eggs, like what comes out of the eggs? Like how formed are these dragons?
Yes.
Is there any like salvageable parts?
Yeah, okay. I would say
And
that
also looking at how formed they are, I is gonna try to figure out like how soon the egg in her portable hole might hatch.
so when you start to crack open these eggs, they're not quite ready to survive outside of the egg, but these dragons are more or less fully formed. So they're, we'll say, we might have to rework this in the future, but you guys are able to get some scales out of it.
Okay.
We'll say like probably, let's go with like 15 pounds of dragon scales.
Okay.
And
If they look in any way like formed into dragon shapes, Tristan would make sure to like decapitate them and make sure there is.
okay.
Yeah.
I think dragon blood is also useful.
Dragon blood, yep. So you would be able to gather some of that. Do any of you carry any like vials or anything? Because you would need some way
I have empty potion vials.
to. Okay.
From
How many do you have?
when probably like 1 or 2. It's from the health potions.
Oh, okay, sure. Anybody else have like used health potions? Because you could.
I think we did more than one.
I'll tell you what. Let's just say.
Tristan will hand up an empty like potion bottle to Ren.
Let's
Ren
just call
will
it.
empty out her water skin and just fill her water skin with blood.
Okay. So we'll call it 5 vials of dragon blood and 1 water skin, which is a lot more. And they're small, but you would probably be able to salvage some like dragon's teeth. Let's call it like 10 small dragon's teeth. Do any of you guys have any interest at all in like a crafting system?
Yes, a little bit actually.
Okay.
As
I do,
Tristan
but
not as a player, yes.
Specifically
Sure.
because I want to make exploding arrows at some point.
Okay. Dope. There's actually some really cool homebrewed arrows that I've used in a different campaign. But
My first campaign, my character had exploding arrows. I almost killed the entire party of them, but it's fine.
Oh my god.
I'll tell the story after the session, if I remember.
Let's add. I'm just gonna say add 10 small dragon's teeth as well on the party loot that you just dropped. Okay, that's really probably all you'd be able to get from the dragons you guys just killed.
Alright, guys, we're wasting a lot of time desecrating these corpses. You know, the dragon could be back any minute now. Like,
I agree.
Probably been, we'll say, hour and a half, something along those lines.
We should head back.
Okay. So, you guys load up, basically. Are you going back to Waterdeep, or are you heading for Keep?
I think
I
we
just
should,
wanted to explore all the houses.
Oh,
Make
yeah,
sure
I'm sorry.
there's-
while
You said
we're
that.
doing the gathering.
Maybe there's
Yeah,
a
let me-
wounded paladin or something.
Nope.
Or
I'll go ahead and just reveal it all.
anything of nothing of value.
Not really. It's kind of more of the same. They, for whatever reason, came through and just like scorched earth kind of method, destroyed everything that was here. I'll say that you could probably, between the houses, gather up another 20 gold. Just kind of scrounging around if you're taking the time to actually dig through. But you tell me if that's the case.
I'm going to ask, Ren, do you still have a sending spell left by any chance?
Yeah, I do.
I was gonna say, we can send Sir Aaron and the two paladins back on the way to Waterdeep, and we can continue on our way. Because I don't know if we should return to Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
We
I don't
should-
know
Interesting.
why we would need to accompany them.
We should make sure that they make it all the way safe to Waterdeep, and
Should we just
that we can talk to Sir Aaron after he has recovered a
should we
little bit.
send a message to Waterdeep being like, hey, can you send a party out to meet us halfway?
So I'm gonna drop you guys back on the map real quick. Give me 1 second.
I imagine that could be acceptable, but wouldn't it be better to be seen returning Sir Aaron all the way safe to Waterdeep? I don't think it's too much of a delay. Is there
It's 2 days.
anything that we're particularly worried about going?
It's 2 days of travel, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yes.
I think it would be safer for us to stay with him to make sure he makes it alive. It's true that those are paladins with him, right?
Yes.
They probably can keep him alive.
I could send a message to Leosin telling him that we're like sending Sir Aaron his way, and he can send some paladins to meet them. They'll be fine.
I think
Well,
we should go halfway
Does
at least.
Leosam have knights reporting to him? I do not think that it's.
He
Well,
seemed to
he can be the
in
messenger.
he seemed to be in good standing with the people there and everything. I think we should take him at least halfway to meet the knights.
I agree, and if we don't meet someone along the way, we should take him all the way to Waterdeep.
Yes,
If
but I do think that we should try to just do the halfway thing if we can.
Yeah, it's too precious. We cannot let like bandits get to him or something, or cultists.
it would be a
Absolutely.
great look for our group to see us returning someone like Sir Aaron all the way to Waterdeep, but
Are we trying to make ourselves look great?
Yeah, I thought we were being inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Well, what should I tell Leosin? Anything in particular? Oh, where are we exactly? Like this, does this road have a name? Does anybody know?
Yeah. So you are on the high road. So here is Waterdeep, and you guys would probably be somewhere in like this region, right along the coast.
Okay. So I will draft the 25-word message to Leeson real quick.
Okay. So just as a point of order, if you guys are going to your keep, you would actually have to come to this fork in the road and turn north. That would be the fastest way to get there. If we're skipping that and you guys are moving on to something else, then the world is your oyster. But
Right, especially because we came here with a cart, so we cannot really go through this area.
right, that is like pretty hilly, rocky, so cart's not making it through there.
I mean, at this point, why don't we just go
Yeah,
directly
why
to
not go the
Waterdeep?
extra?
I mean, let's go to Waterdeep and
Okay. I mean, I don't want to go to Waterdeep because it's taking up time that we could spend doing something else.
Yeah, I don't think we should go to Waterdeep because, yeah.
Like Tristan would
So
be trying to argue for going to Waterdeep, but above the table that's more because of his agenda than anything else.
Yeah, and off the table, Ren doesn't want to go because of the note, but in like above table, I don't actually care if we
Sure.
spend a little more time.
Yeah, basically the same
Well,
thing. Like,
if you
it
guys
doesn't.
don't really want to RP like being in Waterdeep, and y'all just want to say, "Hey, we went there," and blah blah blah. I won't promise that doesn't have any ramifications moving forward, but I mean, we could just blow through that and say, "Hey, we
No,
did this thing."
I don't mind RPing it out. I doesn't think that there is a point in
Sure.
heading there.
Like there is like in character reasons why
Yeah.
some people
Yes.
don't want to go to Waterdeep and
Also,
others want to go to Waterdeep.
above
Correct.
board, I don't want to spend too much time with a dragon egg here with a guy who just told us to destroy dragon eggs, you know?
Fair enough. And
But
Tristan
nobody else
doesn't know
knows
that.
about that, so
Yeah, and Tristan as well. I cannot like grill Sir Aaron about making me a knight right now, but if he recovers a little bit, then maybe I can talk to him about that. So Tristan would be interested in talking with Sir Aaron as soon as he recovers. But if that
Okay.
takes weeks, then that will need to be on the next visit to Waterdeep. And he definitely cares about being seen being the person who rescued Sir Aaron.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, y'all decide. Y'all tell me.
Well, I think Ren is sending the message. I think the
yeah.
result of that conversation was like they were convinced that like. But if we were going all the way to here, I still feel that we should go all the way to Waterdeep, or at least Tristan will be making more of an argument with that.
I'm drafting the message, but if the party like wants to go to Waterdeep, I won't send it. I'm just drafting it in case I need to send it.
I think we should do the halfway thing. That way Tristan like still has time to ask Sir Aaron things and we don't spend actual time in Waterdeep. And we can head back to Neverwinter whenever we meet the knights if they meet us halfway.
Oh, to Neverwinter, not even going to our keep or anything.
I
Should
mean,
go to
do
our
we
keep
want to go?
first.
I mean, if we want to go to our keep, we can go to our keep. Honestly,
yeah, we could,
what we can
get
do
things started.
Honestly, what we can do instead is head for our keep and tell the knights to meet us there. Like, where on the map are we?
Like we would need to go like this way and then up here and ask them
Here-ish?
to meet us there.
Just tell the knight to meet us at this crossroad.
Yeah, just tell us to
Yeah.
meet us in the
in a
crossroads.
1 day or something like that.
Like above table, I think that's a reasonable plan that you guys would be able to argue for. Tristan will still keep insisting on like, well, it's just less than half a day away. We should just go all the way to the city.
Yeah,
We'll just
joke.
meet. We'll just
would like
meet
to
them
go
at
to
the-
Waterdeep, but
I think we should just meet them at the crossroads.
Is half a day really gonna make that much of a difference with?
You ask me, I would like to do whatever is fastest to get us back into the Feywilds.
Yeah, so
Does Kieran have an opinion on all this?
Yeah, this is up to yeah.
I mean, nah, Kieran doesn't really care. He's just good wherever.
Also,
it's-
if it takes days to go anywhere, if we are in the high road and the dragons come back and doesn't see his eggs, I mean, maybe
we are
he
not
will be
bringing
looking for
the
us on
risk
the
to the
road.
city.
He
Right.
will be looking for us on the road. We might have to fight him again.
That is a good point.
Well,
So maybe
we
get the
certainly don't
largest
want,
force possible or something.
but we don't want to attract the dragon to the city, though. I don't imagine it would be so foolish as to attack Waterdeep.
Ren is like holding up her holy symbol, her coin, like in the air,
Yeah.
pose to send the spell, and she's like looking around this discussion going back and forth.
Okay,
And finally
send
she's
this.
like, okay, what the fuck am I doing?
I'm going to take a vote on this, and it's going to be a vote of me, and I'm saying that we're going to go to the crossroads and meet the knights there,
Okay.
and then we go to our keep.
All right. God, I
And
love
my
democracy.
vote is to
And
go
Ren
to
will send the
Waterdeep.
spell.
I love democracy.
Okay.
At least let's get
Tristan,
going.
knowing how the actual boat would go, is not gonna press because he knows that Andrew, Ren, and I seem to not want to go to Waterdeep. So
Smells like too much iron there. Not comfortable. Word, yo.
Well, we
This
should
is-
at least get going towards Waterdeep
Yes.
right now because
Yeah,
we don't know when that dragon's coming back, if it's coming back.
Yeah.
very well. If you get the party to meet us halfway, then
Can we do like a mild, like retroactive perception to see which way the dragon had flown?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
going to be right back. My cat is doing something weird.
Hey, I'm sorry, what was that?
Her cat is doing something weird, so she said she'd
Okay.
be right back.
Yeah. So Indri, you saw the dragon head west from Pell's Wish, so over the mountains is kind of the general direction that it was heading, away from the coast.
Okay, I'm back.
Sorry, yeah, east,
west?
not west.
Yeah, like the ocean.
I'm backwards here. I'm
Yeah,
only a little bit dumb, I promise.
it's okay. I mix it up every time too.
But yeah, it's heading towards like the interior of the continent, not over the ocean.
Okay, and 72.7 miles. Okay.
Oh, or
Fun.
if it goes this this way, like directly to our keep.
Right.
Oh no. You get there, the keep's gone. No. Okay, so Leosin does respond pretty quickly, just maybe not quite that informally, but just heard, you know. And so you guys can assume that a small company of knights is heading towards you from Waterdeep, and is going to meet you at the crossroads here. Are all of you, Andrew? You're in the cart with him because that's where you always are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Chilling on the pillow that I had stolen from
Yeah.
Night Hill way back when.
So as you're kind of watching him, or are you watching him? I mean, you tell me.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm hoping that when he's fully conscious, he can tell me embarrassing stories about Tristan.
Well, he is conscious. He's in some pain, but seeing as you're the only one that's normally in the cart, or is anybody else in the cart, or is everybody on their mount?
I think Yartail would be with his broken leg.
Is there enough space in the cart?
Sure. It's a pretty big cart.
I would be in the cart with Hopper.
Okay. So you guys are just chilling in the cart?
Yep.
He is pretty clammed up. He's not like super talkative, but he is like, he will at least like answer direct questions, you know, but he wants, he looks at you guys kind of sheepishly and just kind of out of the blue in a moment of silence is, Thank you for saving my life.
Well, it's part of the job, sir.
Yeah, mom to the rescue. You know, you're important to Tristan, so I guess so you're important to us.
He kind of looks surprised, actually, to hear you say what you did. But it fades quickly. And you can see there's like almost a look of like regret on his face. And he's muttering to himself, and at some point you just hear the words like 24 warriors dead on my call.
But 3 alive. There's always a positive side.
Not much of a positive side to this.
Hey, you destroyed 2 future little dragons. That could have been very bad for all of everybody.
It could have. You're right.
Or
You
we
know.
just pissed off an angry dragon.
Well, it would come after us, probably.
It will come, but it
Well,
will not
don't.
survive again.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't be so down on yourself, but yeah.
I swear in front of all of you that beast will fall by my blade.
Is Tristan in this cart with them?
Are you close?
I guess I will be riding my horse, but I will be as close as possible to where Sir Aaron is.
Well,
Sure.
first
Then
is
you
a
can hear
little
it.
slower than, or the Gobblebottom is a little slower than everyone's riding horses.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that will be the case only if I don't get to that beast first.
If you hear of that beast, I would ask that you alert me. I need to be there when it falls.
Yeah, sure.
Very well then. Yeah.
First, you
Yeah.
gotta recover, buddy.
We have skilled healers. It won't take long.
Was there anyone like else that you saw?
What do you mean?
Who's giving orders over there?
Was the dragon in charge or the half dragons?
One of the half dragons seemed to be in charge of that particular company. Doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I'm not sure who's pulling the strings for these cultists, but sorry, my dog is going crazy. Hold on one second. Let me let her in. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I need to be right back as well. One moment.
Yeah, let's take 5 for a bathroom break real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Be right back.
Sir Aaron is asking you guys to please allow him to be there when you guys catch up to this dragon, or if you hear word of this dragon, because it just murdered, at least a dozen to somewhere between 15 and 20 of his soldiers, of his people under his command, and
We'll do our best, and we'll try
Yeah.
to send word. Right, Tristan?
Of course. We'll make sure to let you know, sir, if we hear anything more about that beast. Although it would be good to see you recover before that happens.
he just has like a stoic look on his face, just like eyes staring straight ahead. Like you know that he heard what you said. He's just not responding to it.
Well, I can calm your mind if you want.
That won't be necessary. I need to remember their faces.
I don't think he meant like he's
I
gonna
don't-
erase your memory. Right?
No.
I can do that.
Oh.
And I wouldn't.
Okay.
Make a Yark, make a perception check for me.
Perception or insight? Perception?
We'll go with insight, actually. Let's do that.
That's the same thing anyway.
Yeah. More or less, yeah. Just from the way that he is like staring past you guys that are sitting in the cart with him, you can see that he's just like burning with anger. He's upset about this and he wants vengeance.
I think I can give him a break.
Uh,
I mean, I
the rage-
understand vengeance, but
the rage of a night can sharpen the mind on some circumstances.
Yeah, he doesn't want that at all. Like he wants to be angry at the moment.
Well. Alright then. I understand that.
Did
He's
other than the two that we found and yourself, of course, do we know if there were any other survivors from the order? I heard 15 had been sent there to Palace Wish.
they're dead.
There is not much that can be said in the face of such tragedy, but we will have your revenge against that creature, and perhaps this could be an opportunity to replenish some of the numbers of the Order of the Knights of Terrors, since I am back around.
and we need to find a way to fight dragons. Actually, that fire it's hot. I mean, we need something against it. A strategy, something.
He kind of looks up at you and he says, "As far as I know, the strategy is normally get out of the way. There's not much that I am aware of that can stop the natural weapons that a dragon is born with.
Well,
There are some charms you can place upon armor that will help you with various types of damage, fire among them, but you will need a powerful enchanter.
Well, I guess you have to find a powerful enchanter then.
or just not let the fire breath hit you.
I think it's safer
Yeah,
with an
easier
enchant.
said than done.
Yeah.
Fair
It
enough.
Can't
Don't
hurt
stand
to
in the same place.
Yeah.
Sorry.
doesn't hurt to have both of those. Not let a fire hit you and have a powerful enchanter, you know?
Having a powerful fairy magic at our disposal certainly made a big difference.
Yeah, thank you, Andre. Andre? Was that who did it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know, I was a little bit far away from there.
Tristan was awake when Endry suggested away the dragon, right?
Think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Endry saved us all. I
No.
that well in that fight against both the army and the dragon.
Maybe. Just remember it. Andrew winks.
That seems like coercion magic works well.
And don't worry, I don't plan to forget that anytime soon.
I don't know why, but when you say it, it sounds like a threat.
It was intended as thank you.
I know, you just have a way of saying things that sound like threats.
I think you're just a little paranoid eye.
Oh shit.
I don't think I'm paranoid. I was just saying that somebody needs to practice how they say thank you.
Well,
It's
Thank
true
you,
that you can
Amber.
be an ass, Tristan, sometimes when the way you speak.
I'm just teasing you. It's not a big deal. Just relax a bit.
Well, that's harder to relax after that ordeal, right?
Well,
That-
it's not like we can do anything about it now. We have to get places.
Right.
Lots
I
of places.
I won't lie, everybody. I am scared of this dragon coming back. It's gonna be angry at us.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna hate us.
Right. We will need to find a way to avoid him or subdue him until Sir Aaron recovers.
So that actually raises a question for you guys. How are you guys traveling? Are you just trying to book it to Waterdeep? Are you keeping an eye on the air? Are you?
How long does travel take?
It was
So it
like,
took you about 2 days to get there.
yeah.
So
I
for
think-
the
I would
phase
say-
take 8 hours, we're booking it, but after that, I don't know.
Yeah, we're getting as far as we can from Pelawish
Uh-huh.
first, and then we're slowing down to keep an eye on the sky.
Okay. So whoever would like to, go ahead and give me a perception check.
We could also travel at night if needed.
I don't know if that's gonna help much.
We gotta give Gobblebottom a rest at some
Yeah, we
point.
have to give the horses a rest.
And we need a rest ourselves, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, oof.
So Ren.
Wow.
Kieran is looking for
Oh,
me
so
for his
everybody gets
pipe
to roll
the entire
perception?
time.
You know what?
I didn't
And-
notice everyone else did, but wow, just ignore that.
And all right, Kieran, you're like looking down at the ground. Just like,
Kieran's been smoking too much.
Trying to make
A little bit too much
shapes with the
tobacco.
smoke.
All the smoke in his eyes, he can't see clearly.
So, I'll give you guys Rin's perception check there. You guys are keeping a pretty close eye on the horizon. Now, it is a little bit like obstructed, I think, the view just because you're really traveling down a cliffside and along a mountain range. So, really, the things that would give it away in this instance are the sounds of like wings. And at some point, you do hear, after you have been traveling for some hours, the flapping of wings.
Oh, shit.
Big ones. What do you guys do?
Where are
If we
we?
are-
Is there anywhere we can hide?
We'll say you're like down. Sorry, let me get to the right.
Was that a short rest traveling?
Sure.
So just roll some hit dice.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did get burned out a lot.
Yes.
I imagine Tristan would have asked that. Well, I didn't do it, so never mind. I will roll hit die.
Wait, where did you ping?
Right around here.
Okay.
We'll say like you've been traveling for most of the day at this point.
Is there anywhere to hide?
So definitely after my concentration has ended.
Yeah, definitely. It's been several hours. So if you guys want to hide, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Are we gonna try hiding?
with a cart and
I mean, that's the best we got right now.
yeah.
I can hide us
Tristan, bro.
kind of well with the Leomund's
Yep.
tiny hut.
But you can't hide the
Liam,
horses.
so you've got a lot of people with you at the moment.
Yeah,
and
we just have
Yeah,
to.
I can't hide the horses, but I can hide what's 9 creatures?
how long does it take to cast?
I can cast it in 1 minute.
Oh wow, okay.
I can, if needed.
Karen and Kento, we just sort of merge into the shadows.
So I'm gonna say, Tristan, if it were me, I would never want you to roll stealth for the group.
Absolutely.
So Kieran and I, with those 2 stealth rolls, you guys do manage to kind of pull the group off under some cover. Maybe there's like a small overhang where the cliffs obscure the vision from the sky, and it's a tight squeeze, but you manage to get the cart under, the horses under, everybody's in there. So you hear this loud flapping pretty much directly overhead, and it lasts for several minutes. You can kind of tell that something is above you, searching, like looking down the road. But you guys have managed to avoid its vision at the moment. And eventually, the flapping fades away as it heads north, back up this road.
Well,
I mean, the dragon
Where-
doesn't know if we went south or north, so it probably will be searching all the way up to Neverwinter now. We should hurry up and go
Well,
to Waterdeep. Or
probably
at
head
least
towards the
south.
fort. It will probably head towards the fort as well, right?
it
If you
doesn't.
think he's pissed now, wait until he sees the nest.
Yeah, but he doesn't know where we are, and he just looked on this road, so we won't be looking back on this road
Yeah, most likely.
unless he
so
looked
we
all
should-
the other roads before.
We should continue down to Waterdeep.
Did anyone put eyes on
Sounds
it?
good to me. Hmm?
Yeah, did any of us actually see it?
Not if you were hiding.
Okay.
Or we can take a rest here, wait a while, and get going in the next day.
We should definitely rest at some point between here and Waterdeep. I don't think we can
think we should
march
rest-
all the way there.
I think since we found a good place to hide, I think we should rest here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Agreed.
So everybody's taking a long rest?
Yes.
Yep.
And
Alright.
we're keeping watch.
All
I'll
right.
still
Absolutely.
cast Leomund's tiny hut
Okay.
because I
I'll,
can control temperature and everything, so it's comfy.
I'll
Okay.
I'll keep first watch.
We also have
Red?
like 2 paladins and Yartil that can help keep watch.
Ren will offer to help keep watch, but also before we go to sleep, she's just gonna send another sending to Leosid and let him know that there is a angry dragon on the loose in the area because what if it attacks Waterdeep, So just send oh, by the way, yeah, there's an angry
Yeah.
dragon looking for us. Bye.
Okay. So that's
FYI.
what you say, more or less?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
She'll add that it's
Okay.
a red dragon.
He will respond with there you go.
All right. Ren will release the rest of the group.
That sucks.
1 second. Well, we should definitely rest here then. I'll take the fourth watch. Who's taking the third?
I'll take third.
So everybody's kind of got it lined up.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys are keeping watch, the road is just eerily quiet. No traffic whatsoever moving up and down this road at the moment. You do hear, even though it is miles and miles away at this point, just a ferocious roar coming from the north. Probably about halfway through the night.
I guess it found the eggs.
Oops.
Yeah.
But outside of that, the night passes with no consequences, really. You guys are safe inside the hut. The horses are a little nervous after number one, the
Dragon
close
overhead.
encounter with the dragon overhead, and number two, you can see them all kind of pacing and stomping a little bit at the ground when the dragon roars from the north.
No.
They're anxious.
Try soothing the animals, petting them a little bit.
Okay. All of them? Or just Gobble
Mostly
Bottom?
Gobble Bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 90% of the attention's Gobble Bottom.
So he responds kind of in kind. He trusts you. You've been with him for a while now, so you sense him at least somewhat calm down. The other ones not so much. You're still new to them. So are we heading south some more?
In the morning, yes.
Okay. So yeah, the sun rises.
Did anyone get a good night of sleep?
I did. I was tired.
I didn't. Kieran snores so loudly.
I was sleeping pretty good, wasn't I? Gives you a cheesy grin.
All that tobacco.
No.
All right. So once you break camp and continue on the road, it's probably about half a day or so before you hit the crossroads where you guys intend to turn north. There is a company of knights, probably about 10 of them, waiting for you, kind of hidden in the trees near the crossroads. They are all nervous and kind of talking about a dragon that has been spotted. And you can tell that they would rather be behind city walls rather than out here in the open. But they are here to relieve you of Sir Aaron, who again thanks you for saving his life, and once again reminds you to please contact him if
Of
you
course.
cross blades with this dragon. Figuratively.
I think Ren can do that. He
He's like,
seems to have her ways.
thank you. If you do encounter him, I will ride for whatever location you are at as soon as I can.
Make sure to
Yeah,
heal up
well,
first.
Right.
Make
Make sure to
definitely.
get.
I make no promises.
Well, you better make a promise because if you're like hurt and everything, you're not gonna be much use against the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
You might
you're
be
gonna be like
surprised.
super slow.
I will show you the meaning of haste. Not the spell. And then he just drops the description of haste into the chat. Okay, so you guys head north. Sir Aaron takes his leave with the two knights who were with you, who had
How
totally
many
named.
knights came to pick up Sir Aaron? And
Didn't we get paid for that?
Well, you found some gold to keep, but I don't think any payment was ever discussed.
We're such good guys.
Tristan asked for only one form of payment and was ignored. So
So,
Ren's gonna send Leosin before our next long rest. She'll send him like a. By the way, you owe us an IOU.
I mean,
Oh
he
my
did get you
God.
guys land and a keep.
yeah,
I can basically like send this guy spam mail every night. This is gonna be so fun.
So, just I don't know if
Just
you
so
guys ever
much.
even asked, but the two paladins that were with you at Pella's Wish are Sir Ulfric and Sir Alcus, which I will drop their names.
can you drop the names? It was okay
Yep.
at Sir Ulfric, but
He has a great future as a Jarl.
Right? That's I pull names from every possible source. But you guys take your leave. They thank you again for saving their lives as well. And as they're parting, say, if ever you have a need of us, all you have to do is ask, and we will be there. Okay, so we're gonna jump ahead. We're gonna say that as you guys are moving north, really nothing of consequence happens. You do find slightly north one of the outposts that Leosin mentioned in his response to your sending spell. And it is nothing but ash. It is burnt down to the foundations.
our keep is in better state than this.
Your keep is quite a ways north, so the outpost that he is talking about is actually probably just, well, if I can get this to work here. Your keep is all the way up here. So,
A bit.
looks like the dragon's anger was mostly centered around the high road, because he was looking for most likely you guys. Red dragons are notorious for their anger issues. But anyway, beyond that, you pass through what is called the Long Road, all the way up to Red Larch, and the path to your keep is to your left, which you continue to follow all the way to the village of Caldel. And you are greeted by just really like a picturesque village. And I know I've already shown you guys kind of the picture that I have in mind.
Do it, drop the art
But
again.
yep. Boom. Should be loading.
Nice.
So
Nice.
this is really the heart of the village. Across this little chasm here, kind of if you're looking at it from this angle where you're standing, there's a small farm, several acres, we'll say, really more of like a sustenance kind of thing. Like you could tell that it's this village, just what they need to survive up here, because you're quite a ways up in the mountains at this point. But you have this just beautiful rushing creek kind of running at the base, this long stone bridge that comes across it. All of these buildings kind of nestled into this hill, and you have arrived in Caldel. So your keep is kind of the highest point, nestled into the hill. As you approach it for the first time, it's really simple. There is not much to it, but it is currently in quite a bit of disrepair. There are some gaps in the walls that surround the keep, a door missing from what appears to be like a once majestic gate. The courtyard is overgrown with weeds. It looks like this place has been vacant for some time, and there's no caretaker currently handling the affairs of the keep. So what do you guys want to do here?
Well, I'd like to take some time in the fields to increase the efficiency of the fields of the ground.
Okay.
With
What
that.
plant growth?
Well, it's certainly it could use some repairs, but it is the most in shape keep I have seen in the last few days.
Yeah, that is
That's a good
very
point.
true. That is very true.
Okay.
Is there people around? Any
Yeah.
thought about the fences?
So
it's-
you can tell that this is not the kind of village that really has much in the way of defenses. But there are people milling around. Really, probably off in the distance is where you see the most activity, and it is what appears to be a sawmill. So you have any of you guys ever been to like the sequoias or the redwoods? You ever seen
No.
trees that size? Okay.
Can
That's
imagine
the
them.
Yeah, so that's the kind of trees that are surrounding your keep. They're just these massive growths. Some of them are hundreds of feet high. And Caldel is known as somewhat of a logging village. That's really the main industry that is here and the main reason for its existence. So most of the people work in and around timber. But there is a small inn slash tavern slash general
Nice.
store here in town. And it might be worth talking to them because there is no furniture in your keep as of now. So if you're going to stay there, it is going to be an uncomfortable and cold night.
Does the keep look like it is in a position to like basically it overlooks the entire town and is the like center of government for the town?
Yes.
Everything has been unoccupied for. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
We should talk to the locals and inform them that the keep is no longer vacated and let them know that they are under our protection.
Sure.
So now
That
that
will be
we
Tristan's speech to the group.
Let's go
Very
to the tavern first.
Under our protection, I mean, like, that's a lot of responsibility and a little bit presumptuous. How about we do something like, look, we will consider protecting you for an equivalent exchange in taxes?
That is not how it works. They are serfs in our land. We have an obligation, although they will have to pay taxes. That's true. Just don't call it protection.
Wait, having a keep comes with responsibility?
Yes.
Of
Oh,
course,
no.
you are
Nobody told me
now
this.
lady, or which aspect is Ren in right now?
I think just the dyed hair, no mustache.
Then you are the noble lady to these people, and they are entrusted to your protection. And yes, we would benefit from the proceeds of these lands, of course.
Fuck. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go yell at Leosin. And Ren's gonna, like, find a quiet corner to go cast Sending at Leosin.
Keep in mind that these people might not agree with Tristan's view of the situation.
Let's get a beer
Yep.
first, guys.
All right. So if you guys are heading to the tavern, let me drop you on another piece of art. You find an immaculately kept inn. And it has a sign out front that just says the Axe Handle Inn.
The handle's my favorite part of the X too.
So if you're looking directly at it, it appears that it is mostly vacant at the moment. You can kind of gather pretty easily that there's not much in the way of commerce here. But you see inside a half-orc woman who is currently kind of handling more or less all of the aspects of trade of this place. She looks like this is her baby. Outside, there is a small smithing station kind of set up to the rear, and also like a tanning station. And you can see a couple of like deer carcasses hanging that look like they are getting ready to be prepared for some type of meal. What are we doing?
I enter.
Okay.
Yes, hello. Do you have bacon?
I'd like a beer, please. Good day.
So she turns around, she looks at you both. She says, "Well, it's not often that we get newcomers around here. Who might you be?"
Ah, we're the new owners of the keep there.
This is excellent news. For the keep is no longer unoccupied.
Well, that is good news. It's been vacant for far too long. Well, my name is Zev, and this is my inn.
Hello, Zev. The name is Yarrick. Nice to meet ya.
And you as well?
Sir Tristan Uriel of Waterdeep. Pleasure
Well,
to
that
meet
sounds quite fancy. Don't get many sirs around here.
you. Well, as you mentioned, the keep has been unoccupied for some time.
Aye, it has.
And how do you people organize yourselves at the moment?
Well, I don't know about any organization, but we make do. Mostly I run the inn, the store, the tavern. Really anything that needs getting around here, I get. My son, Tanar, he runs a little bit of a blacksmithing business, but judging by the weapons you carry, well, he's probably not quite up to snuff for your needs, but he can certainly
I'm sure
fix.
we will need many more things of iron. Than
Yes, well, he can handle horseshoes and gardening tools and things of that nature, but he's never really crafted a sword that I know of.
That's pretty
But,
useful, though.
Yeah, no, he's not a bad blacksmith. He's just young and learning.
I guess I was mostly curious about the organization of the town itself. It's commerce with other towns. That's the defense. Without the keep, how do you guys manage?
Well, there's not a lot of need for defense around here. We're pretty out of the way. We've got somewhat of a tenuous but mostly peaceful relationship with a tribe of orcs up in the mountains. They come down every once in a while, but they need us as much as we need them, and they tend to handle most of the trouble that comes from the mountains. And we trade food and occasional work with them.
So no bandit or cultist activity of.
Bandits are cult. Why would they want to come all the way out here? There ain't nothing here for them.
Well, it's been a problem for a lot of the
Small
towns around the
towns,
South
yeah.
Coast. So
Well, like I said, we're
I'm
a bit
glad
out of the
to hear
way.
they are not a problem here. But
That's neat, though, that they're not a big problem.
So far, I haven't had any kind of attacks like that in many, many years. Not since I've been here.
How long has that been?
Oh, I lost count of the years. Long time.
Is this an elf or a human? Like
Half orc.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm switching in and out of accents here. I'm sorry. But
That makes sense
I-
why they're orcs working with them.
So the important question is, can we get a beer, please?
she taps a keg, pours one, puts it on the counter in front of you.
Nice. I look at Andrew, and then I take a sip of the beer.
Yeah, doing nothing. I also have a hard time with how long time is.
Well, you get to my age and the years just seem to pile up.
Well, I
So-
think we can do some good in here.
I agree.
No, as I think we're still settling in and everything. So if you don't mind, like, not going around and like telling people that they're new owners that we're already here, that would be very nice. We just want to make everything like official and good before starting
Well,
stuff.
I'll warn you. Word travels fast around here, and the bunch of you riding in on a bunch of fancy horses is gonna
That is
draw
very
some
true.
eyes. But
Fancy. I
Are
don't-
you talking about Gobblebottom? Fancy horse?
Gobblebottom is a noble steed.
As the
Highest-
case might be, sorry.
I was
What's
just saying, highest regards.
he looks like a fine horse.
In any case, I don't think we will be able to keep our being here the secret, nor do I believe we have any reason for it. In fact, we should be talking to people about getting the keep repaired and provisioned.
We should all invite everybody here and
well,
pay for a
maybe-
feast or something. That would be
maybe-
nice.
Okay, wait. We're not paying for a feast for an entire village?
Why not?
Yeah, party would be cool.
What?
We have enough money to do that.
Yeah. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that expensive.
Huh?
Bren's
Tristan
gonna
is
look
not saying
visibly
anything.
upset at this.
I mean, some beer, some food. I can create food. I mean,
That's true. Yeah. So, are you guys saying this out loud, or is it?
I am.
Okay.
It would be nice.
So Zev would say, "Well, it might take a minute for me to get everything prepared, but I think I could maybe help that out, and we could certainly host. Most people eat here when they're not cooking at their own homes anyway, and it's not that many people."
How many people live in town?
Oh, it depends on the season, but usually between 50 and 75. It's a pretty small village.
That's not bad.
Let's meet everybody that way. That would be nice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll send out the word and probably have to break out some stores in order to feed everyone, but I'll get to work on it. We'll have ourselves a party tonight.
Yeah.
And while I think we should stay for the night, and then tomorrow we can head out to Neverwinter.
Quite a ways.
Yeah.
We can. Right. If we can get some plans set up for the keep repairs by tonight or by tomorrow, sure.
Well, you'll want to
course.
talk to Tiz about that. She used to be the caretaker for the keep. But the gold stopped coming, and she stopped caring.
That's very valid.
Fair enough. we should talk to her and also invite her to the party, I suppose. If
Sure.
you are planning that, Yarrick.
Yeah. Let's do a party tonight. Let's get something started before that, and then we'll know everybody after the party, and tomorrow we can get on the road. Something like that.
Sounds good
Bren will
enough to
turn
me.
to Zev and say, "So, speaking of the keep, anything you can tell us about it? Any, ghosts, mysterious murders, secret passageways?"
Well, none that I'm aware of. It's mostly sat empty for a few years.
You should ask that to the
Yeah,
person that took care of the keep.
why has it been empty? Like, is it just people weren't interested in it anymore?
Yeah, I don't rightly know. We had someone in it. Sir Donovan was his name. He up and left at some point. He headed east. I believe he was from that direction, but I don't actually know what happened to him.
Haven't we
Guess
heard of
it's-
Sir Donovan before?
Yeah. Does the name ring a bell?
If it does, I did that by accident.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, that sounds really familiar.
If it does, I'm already recycling
Have the
names.
same- Yeah.
What they do you know where they're like who they were reporting to? Who would they be like a vassal of the Lords of Waterdeep or
Well, I suppose so. I don't rightly know. They don't really include me in on those meetings. I know he reported to someone. This is still kind of the territory of Waterdeep, even though we're a couple days ride.
well, we'll have enough time to sort that stuff up. For now, we should talk to the caretaker, and
Yeah.
it was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, and I'll get to work on cooking a feast for us.
Thank you.
Guys, I'll go in the fields for the day because I have this spell that increases crops, but it takes a while. So if
8
you're looking
hours,
for
right?
me, I'll be there.
Casting time 8 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Yark just wanders out into the field without talking to the farmers and just like sits
Just
down and starts meditating.
Well, if they ask, I'll tell them.
Who is this weird guy casting spells on our land?
Yeah.
I'm sure I can persuade them to let me do that. I'm
Yep.
convinced.
This is now a tabletop Stardew simulator. So you guys that are looking for Tiz actually find her pretty easy. She is just kind of hanging out with the blacksmith Tanar at the moment, who is the son of Zev. Tiz herself is a short, stout dwarven woman.
Okay, 1 second. A stout dwarven woman.
Mm-hmm. She's got bright red hair, kind of green brown eyes, only a little bit of a beard, and she is, just one of the residents of the town at this point, since she does not take care of the keep any longer.
Miss
Nice
Tish, I
beard.
presume.
What's that? Who just asked what? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was Miss Tish, I presume, but someone with like nice beard, so
No. She looks a little annoyed at the beard comment. And she says, "Aye, and who might you be?"
well, my name is Sir Tristan Uriel of Waterdeep, and we have come into possession of the keep in town.
You
We
see her
heard you
eyes
used
kind
to
of
be
light up.
the.
You see your eyes light up when you say that.
We heard you used to be the caretaker of the keep, and you would know the most out of anybody about that. So we were wondering if you would at all be interested in your old job back.
Huh. I hadn't heard that they were sending someone new for the keep. Makes sense. It's about time. It's been sitting empty for a few years now.
Do you know exactly how long?
Somewhere between 3-4 years, something along those lines. I guess they thought we weren't important enough to send another governor, lord, whatever you want to call yourself.
Lord Tristan has a nice ring to it. But we'll see about that later. For the time being, we are actually quite pleased to see how this town has been able to fend for itself without the protection of the keep. Of course, it will all be better with the keep operational, but it's good that things are so well up here.
Yeah, well, we mostly fend for ourselves up here. It's a bit out of the way, but we don't have much trouble. Not a lot of trouble to be found, if I'm being honest. Occasional beast in the woods, but We have some hunters who normally take care of that kind of thing. Nothing big in many years, or many months at least. So you say you're looking for someone to help you with it? Did I hear that right?
Right. We are. He looks back to the rest of the group. I believe we want to get the keep back into operation, repair it, and if you used to be the caretaker for it, then who would be better to assume the position again?
Aye. Well, I agree with you on that. Now there is a fee, of course, for that. I don't work for free. I'd be more than happy to do it, but Sir
Well,
Donovan paid me about 30 gold a month.
We can do that.
Aye. Well, then I'd be happy to do it for you. Now I don't know if you've been up there already, but it's not in great shape.
Yeah, we've seen like from the distance. It doesn't look
Well,
like.
if you haven't been inside yet, there's no furniture. Sir Donovan sold it all when he left. So there's a small matter of you needing a place to live, I would assume, until we can get it furnished. Now Zev here has some connections to a few trading companies. We can get most things up here if you like, but I would say probably for about 50 or 60 gold, we could probably have it fully furnished, at least comfortably enough for you to live in.
So what do you all think? I don't believe we will need a place to stay
Yeah,
except for tonight, but we will eventually want to
I
be
think
able to.
we'll do furnishing slowly. We just need to furnish at least one room for our friend here, and I point to our pet, quote unquote, pet necromancer.
Yeah, we have important fairy business to attend to, and we will be leaving
Oh.
Yartil. Points over at Yartil.
Well, he looks a little sickly, doesn't he?
Huh.
You look a little short, but
Hey, I don't take kindly to short jokes.
me either. I'm sorry, that was mean.
Didn't mean to make Andrew feel bad.
He'll be here serving in our stead as our advisor or whatever official title you guys people uses.
Well, fair enough. Then we'll arrange to have a bed put in at least one of the rooms of the keep, and as well as some food. And he's more than welcome to come down from the keep and be part of the village if he likes. But he certainly looks like he could use a meal or two.
I think he'll need more than 1 or 2 meals.
Well, I'd say you're probably right on that.
In it.
Why don't we just go ahead and pay to get the whole thing furnished for the next time we're around, though, maybe?
Is furnishing the only thing missing with the keep? How
Well,
is the
we
place
still
structurally?
we still have to pay. Yeah, we still have to pay to get it up to snuff. So I don't think we should spend money on furnishing it. I think we should spend money to actually get it up and running, so to speak.
Well, that is sort of my question. Is furnishing the main thing? Is the walls and the grounds, everything else in good state?
Well, structurally, I'd say it's probably sound, but yeah, it's gonna need some work.
I think what we should do is we should put.
Oh, did we lose you?
Should what?
Should what?
Oh, my cat just jumped on me. Yeah, and decided to mute my microphone. I think that we should put like a retainer sort of thing, like money in the bank sort of deal, and have them try to like upkeep, like fix the keep, but like without furnishing it for now, and just furnish Jarthal, what's his name? Oh my god,
Jartel?
Jartel's room, so he can stay there, and just furnish it when we know we're coming back to stay for longer.
Whatever you guys want to do.
That would be my vote as well, as long as we do have the funds for it.
So, in
Uh,
addition to the 30 that we're paying this dwarven woman, whose name I've forgotten, sorry,
Tiz? Tiz?
Tiz, yeah. So, in addition to the 30 gold, which would be her salary, we also give her, like, what, 10 gold each per month to put towards repairs and eventually furnishings and stuff.
So I will say above game, 10 gold is not gonna do a lot.
Yeah, I was about to say 10 gold doesn't sound like a
Per
lot.
person? Is that not enough?
Per person, yeah, that
Yeah.
would probably be enough to make some progress on it over time.
Like 10 per month per
Yeah.
person is my thing.
So per person, Tristan doesn't have a copper to his name, but also above table, isn't this like a good use of like the party funds?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
So what I would like to do with this is eventually, I promise I'm going to do this soon. I am going to get a layout either to Ire, or I'll figure out how to work with Dungeon Draft a little bit better, so that we can have like a map of the keep. And I want you guys to tell me like what your room would consist of.
Ooh, oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, so it's really more of like a personalization kind of thing. But like if you have, a couple of you have reached out about secret rooms possibly in the keep. So that there's like, I don't know, every RPG I've ever played, it's more fun when you have player housing to me. Like, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but
Absolutely.
it just gives you a sense of ownership,
Is this about just our rooms or also like
Or the keep.
the
Like
dining
if you
hall
want,
and like
yeah, if you want, a siege weapon put in there, I'll say, okay, here's the price for a trebuchet, or whatever. Or if you want a dope ass dining table, then I will find you a craftsman who can build you an amazing long table or something. I don't know. Whatever you guys want. Like that's kind of I want your input on this big time.
Wonderful.
So, I mean, this is obviously not something that Andrew would think of, but I mean, like, it's gonna take him time to acquire furnitures or furniture
Yes.
and whatnot, and we don't know how long it'll be. So, like, if we wait until we're coming back to go, hey, get us furniture for our rooms, we might arrive before furniture arrives.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, we can just put down money and be like, hey, get us like beds, tables, and then when we actually decide to like stay here, just get us like cheap stuff. And then when we actually decide to stay here, we will do some shopping around towns, so to speak.
Yeah.
We should like just leave Yartel with a sum of our party fund to
Yeah, that works for me.
We should leave it with Tiz instead of Yartel, in my opinion. Also because Tiz, like, no, this is like officially her job, right? So we ask her
Yeah.
to just keep
She
a
was
good
just
book
hired again.
and receipts and stuff. Next time we come back, Ren will look through it because she's good at like documentation shit. And then if we're being swindled, we can like stab her to death.
Deception check. Tiz. Yeah, sure. And I think probably a couple of the features that she might mention to you guys is that there is actually fantasy hot tub. There's a hot springs that runs through kind of the keep.
God, Hot Springs episode.
Yeah. So basically, it's clever how they've kind of like built some kind of plumbing through the keep in order to make there be hot water available, and there actually is like a hot spring in there as well. And, there are many, many rooms. It's a big keep. There's rooms for each of you and guests. A great hall, of course, kitchens, probably a wine cellar, just everything that a lord of Waterdeep would need. Or a
Wine
lord.
cellar.
Hmm.
Nice.
So, and stables, actually, the one thing that is intact, she would tell you, and ready to be used is the stables. So that you guys can keep your horses there for now, if you'd like. That's like the one thing that is easily repairable and ready to go.
At least tonight the horses should get a good night's
Yeah.
rest.
Yep.
So above the table, I do both. We put a lot of the party funds towards this, but it's gonna be like up to the rest of the characters because
We
I-
have
an O's money.
817 at the moment in
I
total.
think we should just put like 600 gold down and tell her to get the keep, like start with construction sort of deal, and work it up to making to furnishing the rooms. But I think the first
Sure.
thing we should do is make sure that the keep doesn't fucking fall over.
Yeah, we also need to see how many months in advance we're going to pay her of salary because we don't know when we'll be back here again.
Yeah, we should just tell her, the mid of or whatever month that she just like you're saying, she just makes
That
a
like
receipt for
unless she hears of our death, we're coming back and we're gonna pay her.
I think
my
she
honor
should
as a
just
knight.
take her payment out of the funds.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my point is
and
like,
she
are we
would
going to
even
be
say that.
coming back here at least once a month? Is my point. Because if we're like gone on a quest to the Feywild, or we're gone for 6 months, we need to
Yeah.
kind of have that paid in advance for her.
We
Sure.
could be gone for 3 days in the Fae and 10 years.
Yeah. Time
We-
works differently there.
We
so.
come out of the Feywild and the world is fucking destroyed by Tiamat. Love it.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That was my plan.
Can't
So
we
you
just
guys-
let 100 of gold pieces to our necromancer friend?
You guys solved my Tiamat puzzle. Okay. Yeah, so you guys just decide, we don't even have to do it right this second, but decide how much gold you want to leave and what you want the focus to be, and I will get to work on trying to get a map put together. And some
I think we
needs.
should make the economy going. Anything that helps increase the production of the village, so the village can make more cash, and then we can make more cash.
Passive income, baby.
Are we currently in any position to like direct the economic productivity of the village or like tax the village yet, or do we need like the
Well,
keep set up
I
and
did-
like
I
them
did
trusting us?
I
Yeah.
did just double the crops efficiency.
Fair
so
enough.
there's that.
As far as directing the commerce of the town, I would say you get the sense that the town does not produce very much commerce. They sell some lumber, and that's really it. So there's
Yeah,
not a lot of tax money to take. That's kind of what I'm getting at least from what you've seen so far.
But I assume that also means like furnishings to our keep would be a lot cheaper than if we were, say, furnishing a keep within Waterdeep or something like that.
Well, depends. I mean, so Tiz would be able to tell you that Zev has access to some of the trading companies that anything you need from Waterdeep, you could certainly get. But if you wanted, a craftsman here to just fashion some simple beds, that could be done probably within a week, of everything that you need as far as just simple furnishings.
Right. But anything more complicated would need to be like...
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys would have to source some of that stuff. But she could also do that for you. It would just cost money.
Should we say for the moment that we have unless there is anything that anyone wants to roleplay, should we set on like 600 gold pieces and decide how they get allocated in between sessions, or?
Let's do that. Just in the effort of let's continue a little bit.
and Ren can always send a message to tell what we want to do.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
And we're assuming that we're going to be back here within a month, but let's see what actually happens.
We should let 100 of gold pieces in the castle or something if we are far away for a long time.
Oh, so like 500 towards the keep and then like 100 towards paying her salary?
I mean, let's
Or
just
600
put a
towards the
big
keep.
amount of money and she'll get paid with that money and start to get some
Right, but then like she won't be able to
furnitures.
spend like 5,500 within a month. Anyways, I think we can discuss this between sessions.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
not get bogged down on this right now. So let's, unless anybody has any objections, let's maybe fast forward a little bit to the evening where Zev has prepared just maybe not to you guys, but what to this village would be just like a lavish feast, like slaughtered a whole pig, kind of. It's on a serving platter on a counter, and lots of roasted vegetables, beer for everybody, deer. I mean, every meat that's available to these people is basically roasted and available. And she actually raises her glass at some point and toasts to the new caretakers of the keep, and asks very quickly. It's kind of tradition that the keep is renamed whenever someone takes ownership of it, and ask you what the new name is going to be.
Oh no.
What does Andrew blurt out before Tristan has a chance to say anything?
I like House of Might.
The House of what? Sorry?
Like Mighty House or House of Might. I like that one. What if we have different
Yeah.
decent
The House of Might is a reasonable enough name.
The House of Might?
Yeah, why not?
So I want to figure out, like, I like House of Might, but I want to figure out if we could maybe change it to like Mighty, and then
Mighty
like
House?
no, then end it with another like an E at the end, so it's home. House of Might E, like the letter E.
It could be your name, but I don't think Andrew would propose that.
House of Might. Of Mighty Endeavors?
I like it. Or we could just do House of Might. It doesn't really matter.
I'm not opposed to House of Mighty Endeavors.
I like House of Mighty Endeavors. It sounds like something that we would pick out. Like it sounds in character.
Fair enough.
In honor of our group's adventures, it will be the House of Mighty Endeavors.
I actually really like that. Everybody raises their glass to you, cheers, and takes a drink, and you are welcomed to the community. Shortly after, Zev would actually offer you guys room in her inn, since you are the new lords of the town, and the keep is a little cold for you right now.
I animate the evening with violins and songs.
It is the most festive atmosphere any of you have ever been around in your life.
Tristan casts lights on a chandelier because it's the only magic he has.
I is actually going to try to join Yarrick in performing.
All right.
Do you give me advantage?
No, I perform with my lute. So
nice.
I got 16. Not too bad.
Oh, Andrew's joining in.
Oh yeah, we have a band now.
after a beer, anyway, at least a whole beer.
Which is like U size.
Yeah.
You double your weight.
Yeah.
Ren is going to use thaumaturgy to make the chandelier that Tristan lit like flicker in different colors. So it's like
it's a disco ball.
Yeah, fancy disco ball.
I use
So-
Unseen Servant to make it fly.
Zev actually, while all of you guys are just committing acts of merriment around, she's going to approach Kieran. And she's going to ask, like, you know, we don't really get many half-orcs. We seem to be fewer and fewer in number. It's nice to have another one in the town.
Hi, it's nice being here.
Have you known these others very long?
Yeah, it's been a little bit since we started adventuring. We were going off on a little adventure, and it just seemed to escalate from there. It's been a crazy ride.
Well, hopefully y'all stick around long enough for me to hear a bit about it. So she would also ask you a little bit about, like, you know, she mentioned the orcs that live kind of up in the mountains from here. She would ask your opinion kind of on dealing with them. Like, you know, have you had many dealings with full-blooded orcs?
I think it's best to stay away from those if at all possible.
I think I tend to agree with you, but for the most part, they've been peaceful with us. Bad experience?
Well, you could say that. I've never really been around them, but I've heard stories from my grandfather telling me, just really bad stuff.
You know, it can get bad. I know that from experience myself. I can tell you that for the most part, they don't take real kindly to us half orcs. So if they come to town, it might be best to keep your head low.
He's just gonna nod and understanding.
Well, like I said, it's nice to meet you, and stop by whenever you'd like a glass of ale.
He's gonna lift up his glass of ale. It's like, wonderful stuff, thank you.
And she walks back out into the party. Anybody else have anything in particular they want to do in the atmosphere, or are we going to jump cut one more time?
At some point, when everybody is off asleep and everything, I will like check on the egg, see how it's doing.
Okay. Give me another nature check. All
It
right.
doesn't know how it's doing.
So I'll give you this. With that nature check, you can tell that there has not been any difference to the egg,
Mm-hmm.
but you would not really know why.
Okay.
So it's not getting any closer to hatching, at least not at the moment.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Anybody else got anything?
Another beer.
So Yarick is drunk.
Give me a con saving roll. No, I'm joking.
I have lesser restoration.
Well, if you guys don't have anything else, we'll say that the party begins to wind down. You guys all head up to your various rooms. Each of you actually, for the first time in a while, gets a separate room. So everybody is kind of hanging out by themselves at the moment. If nobody has anything, we'll jump to the next morning where you are awoken by the smell of cooking bacon and bread being baked and ale from the tavern below. And Zev has prepared you a breakfast. She's actually woken up before you, and in true hospitable fashion, has prepared, basically a breakfast feast for the group. So before you guys leave, if that's what you're doing, you have full stomachs and you are quite comfortable. But are you heading out towards Neverwinter, or is there anything else you would like to do while you are here?
I would like to head towards Neverwinter at this point.
Yeah, I'm good with Neverwinter too.
Neverwinter it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume we make like whatever preparations we have to make to set Yartail up, like to act in our name. There's
Oh yeah, for sure.
show
Um,
paperwork Lee's
and
given us.
I would say that you guys probably also noticed that this village has been doing just fine without any kind of governance for a long time. You guys being here is like, hey, cool, we've got some new friends in town, more so than like, oh, all hail the new lords.
To Tristan's dismay.
Yeah, they're gonna be fine whether or not you're here. At least they think so. They seem to be a little bit disconnected from the events of the world that are happening.
I'm just gonna reiterate to them that, like, if people from other places like come, don't, like, maybe for now, like, don't go announcing who is owning the keep.
Sure.
Like, I'm gonna be vague about it, but just, like, point out that it might be in best interest because of what we're doing right now, to, like, not announce who's owning the
So
keep.
I'd say probably that even though it's 50 to 70 people, last night, probably y'all didn't even really get the chance to meet personally, most of them. But the few that do know who you are, yeah. Most of them are probably fine.
Okay, cool. My cat is chasing her tail.
My cat just occasionally sprints around my house for no good reason.
These things.
Give me 1 second to answer.
Cats are so weird.
They're so weird. I love them.
She was chasing her tail and then she just, like, dropped something off the table for no reason. She just stopped, dropped it, and, like, ran off.
My cat has been awful about waking me up every single morning with just cat screams.
Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, and it's to the point where I just have to yell at her so she'll run away and stop bothering me. But I feel really bad doing it.
My cat has been, like, yelling at me periodically for no reason.
My cat has this bad habit of, like, rolling off whatever surface they're sleeping on. Even if it's, like, a bed, she'll just, like, somehow roll off the edge and fall, and then she gets, like, scared and angry and bites me, as if it's my fault.
What is your fault for putting an edge there?
My fault for inventing gravity.
How dare you invent gravity?
Alright. So we're back on the world map here. So you guys are currently here in Caldel, up high in the mountains. You are needing to head to this region up here.
Yes.
You're kind of directing the group towards Neverwinter, more or less, right?
Yeah, I wanted to stop in the actual city first before heading inside the woods, which is why I was okay with heading the high road first, but then we decided to go to the keep. So we'll probably go down the Tribord Trail first and go to the actual
Oh man, that's a long way.
city there.
Let me look one thing up real quick.
What type of terrain are like these yellow blobs?
Those are like we'll say foothills to the mountains. So not mountains, but also not easily travelable terrain. Like it would be difficult to cover. Like y'all could probably do this right north of the keep in a couple days to get to the high road if you wanted to. But it would be rough on your horses, and you probably couldn't take the cart. Who is
Okay.
doing that? Entry.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
see.
450 miles.
Oh wow.
It's like either
So
way, like I guess we don't have to go to Neverwinter itself, but the thing is that this area. Let me select. This area will be rough on our horses too. And from Neverwinter, there is actually a trail along the river,
yeah. So
and I would
I would
like to
say
visit the actual city.
probably, there are smaller trails that would lead to smaller villages. If you understand what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Uh, off of the Tribord Trail, like this is not the only road to Neverwinter or the villages that are around it, but it's the main road, so it's the most well maintained. Um, if you guys are going up the long road to the Tribord Trail and then up the high road, we're looking at roughly like 6 or 7 days of travel. So quite a bit of time. If you were to cut across, I would say probably it really wouldn't change all that much.
Yeah,
Probably like 4 or 5 days of travel.
I say we just go for the 6 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're definitely
Yeah.
traveling with our cart.
Okay.
Yeah, how can we get the
Yeah,
loot back if we don't have a cart?
how can you expect me to walk that? It's just not nice.
You don't need the car. We could carry you in a handbag, but sure, the cart and the horses sounds nice.
But I need my pillow too.
Oh, also,
enough.
before we leave, like when everybody is like doing their preparations to leave, I find our necromancer because I need to do this before we leave, otherwise I will forget.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, have you ever had to deal with like dragons? Have you ever raised a pet?
And he just kind of looks at you. He's like, "What did you do?"
Okay, so don't freak out
I'm a
and
little freaked out.
don't tell anyone. Because I will be really upset if you do and if this doesn't work out well.
Hey.
So remember, like when we were fighting that red dragon, yeah, it had eggs. So I kind of stole one.
He's just shaking his head a little bit.
Do you think you could try to like raise a good dragon?
I don't know the first thing about raising a dragon.
It's probably like raising a baby.
That won't help.
Well,
It's the thing is, I would do it myself, but I don't think I can do it on the road.
well, the road is no place for a baby. That's for sure.
And it will
Well,
probably be like a baby. Like just
I
a
think
big
it's gonna be
baby.
much more than a baby, but if you're telling me I have to do this, I'll try.
Like, you can say no, but I would really appreciate it if you could try. And just like, I don't know, do you have like a sending spell by any chance?
I don't think he does.
If you don't, I'll just have Ren check in with you like every evening when we can.
Let me see here. He's got one that rhymes with sending, but it's mending.
I don't think mending is good. I mean, it might help in raising the
Do you
baby
guys-
dragon.
Do you guys think Circle of Death will help? No, he does not have sitting.
Okay. All right.
That's a good point. Tristan says, does he even have magic without his focus? And no, he would not. So you guys would have to give him his focus back. Which, I don't... Do you guys even have it, or did y'all break it?
We broke it.
Yeah, that's
So he'll have to get a new focus.
Yeah.
Or just material component that he can gather in the nature or something.
Yeah.
That depends on whether all wizards can freely switch between the two, but yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, then. I'm like, can you try at least? And if it doesn't work out, it's gonna be a baby. It's not going to be able to actually hurt anyone. And I believe that you can probably handle, unfortunately, putting it out of its misery if it doesn't work out.
You say to this frail, old, ancient man. Okay, well, if I'm not mistaken, dragon eggs take pretty specific circumstances to hatch, but I guess keep an eye on it and
Yeah, just
see what I can do.
if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like, just tell us how it's going. I will have Ren. Ren knows about this, so it's okay to say to Ren what's happening. Just like Ren is gonna message you, and you can just like in 25 words tell her real quick, like is everything going okay, or is it like everything horrible sort of deal.
Sure. Well, okay. I'll try. It seems like a bad idea, but
It's gonna be great if we have a dragon. Can you imagine? Like,
no.
it
Can't.
it would be really good.
Well, I'll keep an eye on it for you.
Because I'm sure they're good dragons, they just have to be raised right.
Well, what color was that dragon?
Red?
Those are usually the bad ones, but
Well, if we raise it right, then it will be good.
fair enough. I will do what I can.
Thank you so much. And I will like open the portable hole and like roll the egg out of it. Here it is. Thank you so much.
He grabs it and kind of rolls it into the keep.
Okay, that's it. That's all I had to do before we leave.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything? Okay. Well, oh, sorry.
Is it dope?
Dope. It's dope. Okay, so you guys pass up the long road to Tribor, unmolested. Tribor. Are we going to Neverwinter?
I would
That
like
was
to.
fun.
I would
Okay.
like to stop in Neverwinter.
Okay. So I don't have a map for it. Is the only thing, or any art. I was kind of expecting y'all to come from this side to go into the forest. Did not. For whatever reason, this region did not prepare for Neverwinter. So what are you wanting to do there? Because you pretty much passed there. No bandits right now. You guys look pretty heavily armed at this point. So you would kind of gather that a lot of the low level bandits are going to
Mostly,
try to avoid you.
like, I has grand like ideas to what she wants to do in Neverwinter, but she gets there and she realizes that she doesn't know how to do these things without being suspicious. And she's gonna be like, I just wanted to be here because this is the only way I know how to get to my village. So
Fair enough.
she's like, I don't know another path out of. This is the only way I know. So
Okay. So I mean, is there anything else in Neverwinter that we're doing? Or is it just to get to your village?
Well, for now, it's just to get to the village. Like, I had some ideas, but I don't know how to execute them right now.
Sure. Let
So
me
we
get
can do it on the way
to-
out, probably.
Okay.
If nothing burns
Yeah,
down and if we're like.
Yeah, I'll be prepared for Neverwinter. The city a little bit more. But let me go ahead and put you on the new region map.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And
Sorry, we haven't done like any combat or anything.
That's fine. So
That's
how
perfectly
many
fine.
days did we spend actually traveling?
I'm gonna say 6.
6 days? Okay.
So did we
Let
miss
me mark
the
this.
midsummer?
Nope,
Mm-hmm.
not yet.
Oh,
So
actually,
you're at the beginning of Flame Rule, and Midsummer is at the end.
okay.
Sounds good to me. There wasn't actually.
What's that?
I was gonna say like I'm gonna message you real quick, but
Yeah, sure.
continue.
Okay.
Bren would have checked in like every night with Jartael. Is the dragon fine? Has it hatched?
He would respond with, "It has not hatched yet."
Okay.
If we end up having that village burned down because of the dragon, that's not gonna be good for reputation on that.
I don't think baby dragons can breathe fire immediately. I'm pretty sure they have to mature to that point.
Fair enough.
Like, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Like they are not born a wormling, which is like the kid dragon. That block is already like a CR4 creature, but I imagine the baby is still a different thing.
Yeah, there's like babies.
I always understood it as they hatch as wormlings.
I don't think they do because like it doesn't make sense for a baby to be that like dangerous.
Oh,
Like,
that's a baby dragon. Like,
yeah, but like even other like either other predators that like exist, they don't like no predator gets born immediately super dangerous.
oh, a baby bird is pretty dangerous if you're a worm.
So I think, well, I mean, I don't think any of you guys have ever been around a
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
dragon being born, so we could make some assumptions, but
Mm-hmm. Wait,
That's
I
We'll
don't think
find out.
we need to know. No.
Well, they were dragons, weren't they?
If
so I want to ask you real quick,
Mhm.
how forthcoming with your reasoning for being here are you with the group?
Well, nobody fucking asked anything, so she wasn't like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're going here for this XYZ reason. She was like, yeah, we're going here to go to the Feywild. And
Yeah.
that she doesn't give up more than she has to.
Okay.
And
think
I
Ben-
know you're a fake creature, which I'm also not sharing with the group, but I don't know what else to ask.
Yeah, basically, and when they stop like and never like do they stop in Neverwinter? Do people want to take a long rest in Neverwinter by any chance?
I would definitely, and I would.
Because if
Well,
we're
there's
taking a long rest in Neverwinter, I do have something I want to do. That's pretty quick. Unless something happens.
this is a city close to your town, right? Is there any taverns that you recommend? Inns?
There would be because I used to play in taverns around Neverwinter. We were like little band.
Let me
Right.
get
So
some names for you.
this.
So
Right. You
yes, there
mentioned
is
a mysterious bandmate in Neverwinter that you were looking for, right?
yeah.
There is a place called the Driftwood Tavern. Let me see if there's anything else that's already made.
I am also going to be honest with you guys. Keep an eye out for cultists.
Always do. The usual ones.
I think so.
Why would there be cultists here in Neverwinter in particular?
There were cultists here in Neverwinter in particular the last time I was here.
You'd ran into cultists
Wait.
before meeting us?
Cult of the Dragon, then? I thought you first met them in Grinnet, same as us.
I mean, they're everywhere.
I
never
didn't
seen
Recently.
any.
I didn't know what they were at the time.
Insight.
Sure.
May I?
If you'd like to.
Yeah.
Does I believe it's Cult of the Dragon, or can she roll over an 11?
I'm telling the truth, like she didn't know what they were. If that's
Yeah,
what you're
so-
trying to.
With that
Right,
like-
insight check,
And she believes it's possible. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, more importantly, with that insight check, you believe that she's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't see any signs of deception or anything.
Wait, so what happened? They were just like chilling in the city? Did you buy them a drink?
Let's get a tavern and then we can like talk about this, because I think since we're here, it would be best if
Right.
I tell you some
Oh.
stuff.
Okay. If you actually bought them a drink, I'm never letting you live this down, by the way.
Mm.
Like, imagine hitting on a cultist.
Imagine having exes who are chasing you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Says Rin.
Multiple.
And like I
You
would
know
like
what?
to point
None of them were
out
cultists.
I would like to point out that she was kind of like smiling a little bit before like be like, yeah, that'll be funny, but then like just like deadpan, like imagine having like exes chasing you.
Okay, so you guys find your way to just the nearest tavern. And it's mostly empty for some reason at the moment. The bartender's there, of course, and much less talkative than Zev. It just kind of takes your orders, puts out whatever ale you guys order, and leaves it at that.
Well,
I take a few swigs first.
We have our drinks now. I believe you offered us a story.
So I lived in a little village in Neverwinter Woods. Like it's way in. It's not even on the map. Like tiny ass village, like 70 people I think live there still. And kind of me and my friends went to Neverwinter to become a band. We were gonna travel the world and play music and be like super famous, you know? It didn't really work out that way, as you can see.
Well, that certainly explains your performance at the Access Handle.
It's been a while since I played. It was really fun. I hope I get to play
agree.
some more.
I
But-
thought it was excellent.
Super talented, but what happened to your friends?
Yeah, with us. you don't
Great
get-
question. I would love to know that myself, to be quite honest. So we were playing around the town and everything, and we were living in this shitty fucking apartment. It was literally run down, like one room between the three of us. Shitty place, but like that's all we could afford. So what do? You live there. Shit takes like another swig. And one night we thought they were just robbers. We thought they were just there to steal our shit. So some people broke in and just basically dragged us out, knocked us out, like dragged us somewhere. And I haven't seen my friends since then. And then, so I escaped from them and went south to basically just kind of get away from all of it. And in Greenest, when I first saw the Cult of the Dragon, I realized that it was the same organization. They had the same emblems, they had the same sort of like outfits. Like,
Oh, okay. Like, I'm obviously sorry about your friends or whatever,
Of
but
course.
it's a lot of gaps in your story. You're saying you were knocked out, you were taken somewhere, and you never saw your friends again. Like, where were you taken? Did you speak to your friends? How
oh,
did they disappear?
I
What
don't
happened?
know.
How did you escape?
We were kidnapped. We got separated while they were kidnapping us. So I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
happened to them.
Insight check.
Go for it.
What were your friends' names?
Portia and
Shit.
Lattice.
Can you type this?
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
I believe everything I is saying.
So you said you were captured and separated, and then you were. How did you break free? Did they do anything before that? Like what were they after even?
They were negligent.
How so?
The people that captured you were?
Yes, though specifically the ones transporting me.
Do you know where they were
Transporting
taking
you from your apartment to
To wherever, like they held me in some place like a dungeon for a while, and they were transporting us somewhere else. There were other people there, and before, like while they were transporting us, I managed to escape because they
Darn.
didn't watch us
And
closely enough.
This
when
is
you were
dungeon, you
probably
say?
held, was there any sort of like ritual or incantation that they were performing of any kind? You said they were cultists.
I know they were cultists because of the emblems on their robes, the same ones that the Cult of the Dragon wears. I think
So no ritual, no incantations in strange languages then.
no.
That
Do
must
you
have
think they Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think they targeted you and your friends for some reason? Or were you guys just caught up in a general raid like we saw with the villagers in the other places?
I They might have targeted my friend. He was an elf.
been
Oh,
very scary. I've been captured by an alchemist before, and I wouldn't want nobody to have that kind of experience.
yeah. I'm so sorry. That must have been terrifying. You've never heard of from your friends since?
That's what I asked Listen to look into. They were last seen around Neverwinter. And I don't know. I should have asked when they were last seen. But I was gonna go visit the flat, see if there's. It's been months now, but maybe there's something left there. Maybe they went. Maybe they also escaped and went back to. I just. I don't know what I'm gonna tell their parents when I get to the village.
How long's it been, you say? Oh, never mind. Andrew doesn't know about time. It doesn't matter. He wouldn't ask.
It's been months. I'm not sure of exact dates at this point.
We and have you tried seeing if there have been any news of them since you left? It's been a while, and
That's what
news
I.
travels. Yeah.
That's what I
Couldn't
asked
Ren
Leosin
send a
for.
message or something?
I can only send messages to people I've met.
Oh,
Hmm.
all right.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah.
I could try locating if there's anything on their person any very kind of unique jewelry or weapon,
I
article of clothing, I could try finding that, but I don't even know if they'd still have it after all
I
this time.
don't know either. If they escaped, they would have headed maybe back home. I don't know. But they've all last seen around here, so I was going to just walk around a little bit, see if anybody who I knew saw them since then.
Do you want anybody to
Worth
go
a
with
try.
you?
That would be nice.
Sure.
I should. Well, if you want any help trying to look around, maybe we could we talk to any of the authorities in Neverwinter. See if they have heard anything.
Do you
Okay.
happen to have like Knights of Tyr connections here by any chance?
Well, I suppose I imagine I don't have anything other than the fact that I have like a noble seal from like a minor noble right?
Yeah, not really.
I might
I forget.
potentially be able to get some.
Neverwinter did feature in your backstory, or was that Baldur's Gate? I can't remember.
No, it was Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate, and
Okay, I couldn't remember if it's Neverwinter or
like
not.
no specific connections, and I don't know if any chapter of the Knights of Tyr here, but they might be more inclined to talk to me than to like the commoner, I imagine.
Okay, how about the could you I can write down their descriptions and stuff, and you could go and ask the knights, and I could go to the taverns that we've been to and ask them if they've seen them. And I don't want to spend too much time on this. I know we have more pressing issues, but just for tonight maybe.
Do you know if an order of knights would be the people to talk about this, or would the constabulary on town would
Maybe
be?
the constable. I'm not sure how to go around searching for missing people.
Right. Just maybe I will go and see if there is any reports of like either missing people or found that they can share with me. I don't promise that they will want to talk to me any more than normal, but I can at least try.
Sure.
The armor might help. Ooh, there's actual art.
Mm-hmm. And just so you guys know, I sent this art to me months ago at this point. So this has been part of the backstory for a while.
Right.
Okay. Before we RP anything else, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break again.
Okay.
Just give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Why don't you
Mm-hmm.
roll with advantage because of your armor? Deception.
Sounds good to me. Give me 1 second.
So basically, while you're doing this, I'll set the stage. You come basically just there's a small outpost. Neverwinter is a large city. Let me see. Neverwinter population. We're gonna say it's 25,000 people, somewhere in that range. So they would really kind of just pay you reverence. Like they buy it that you're a knight of Tyr, that you have some noble heritage here. But they look at you and they're like, okay, who? I'm sorry, you're asking for a missing person?
I'm asking to know if there have been reports of 2 missing people and if or found.
Two.
Well, do you and Tristan would pass the description of or just saying something else? Sorry, I think I cut you off.
You're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's a human going by the name of Portia. Did I give me a last name?
Evergreen.
Portia Evergreen, and it shows the sketch and Latis,
It is Chevali.
last name Latis Chavali, an elf woman.
Elf boy.
Oh, elf boy.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
the
the
second.
other way around. Okay. So okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
1 second while I adjust my notes.
Sure. So you say those names, and he says, "Well, I guess hold on a second. People go missing all the time. Not
This
always
might have been a
nefarious.
while ago.
Well, let me check our logs here and see if anybody has reported them." And he walks over to his desk, kind of in the outpost, and starts to flip through some papers. Comes back to you after a few minutes and says, "Well, I don't show any names, but that certainly doesn't mean they're not missing. People go missing in the city all the time, or people disappear."
Any particular spikes on missing people 3 or 4 years ago?
Well, we did see.
It wouldn't be that far back. It'll be a few months.
Oh, sorry. 3 or 4. Oh,
Sure.
sorry. I'm looking at that thing
Fine.
3 or 4 months ago. Sorry.
That's what I heard, even though
ago.
you didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
No, you're
missing
fine.
all my notes. I confuse it with the keep stuff.
Yeah. He says, "Well, to be honest, we did see a little bit of a rise, but it wasn't your normal folk. We saw a lot of people with connections to, I guess, more exotic races kind of go missing there for a minute. But that seems to have calmed down a little bit. Or if it hasn't, it's at least flying under our radar.
More exotic races such as?
Well, people with a little bit of the touch of the Fae. Fairy folk, what few there are. Several of those cases. Few elves, of course. Everyone knows about them. A couple missing reports on satyrs. Even fewer of them than the fairies, I believe. But
does Tristan even know what a satyr is? He might.
I don't know.
How rare are them in the Sword
Pretty
Coast?
rare.
I certainly have met both elves and fairies, but pardon my ignorance, but what is a satyr?
Well, they're I guess for lack of a better term, a pretty rare around these parts. I guess exotic is what most people would say. They're mostly trying to look for like a good physical.
Any physical characteristics?
Well, they
wings, tails, horns.
Got a bit of a it's a cross between a beast and a man, really. Sometimes they have horns, pointed ears, legs that look a little bit more like a goat than a human. Hoofs.
Really?
Well, the only people I was told about were a human and an elf. Maybe they were after the elf.
Could be. Any idea when they went missing?
I guess I said the exact time ago, more or less.
An exact time would be like, I think it would be like about a month before Greenest is when she escaped.
I'd say 2 months or a month and a half before now. Am I more or less correct there?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll keep an eye out for those names, but like I said, no reports filed that I can find.
Well, thank you very much for your help. I'll come by it in case there is news at some other time, but I guess I'll have to keep on looking.
Well, if it can be of any help, let us know.
Of course. And again, thank you very much. And
Absolutely. We'll jump over to I now. So you have kind of made your way. Are you starting with the flat?
Yes, I'm starting with the flat. It's probably rented to somebody else at this point. But like, if I can see anything, if I can talk to the landlord, be like, hey, are there like things left over from the previous owners by any chance? Or like, have you kept them?
No, not exactly. It was well. So I'm sorry. Who are you asking this to?
The landlord, if
Okay.
I can find them.
Don't know if you would be able to.
Oh, okay. Alright then. If I can't find the landlord, then I'll be like, hey, do you know, like, if the things from the previous owners were kept around or anything like that? Or if anybody has come matching the two descriptions to collect anything.
Sure. To the current occupants, you mean?
Yes. Because if I can't find the landlord.
Yeah. They look a little confused. They're like, well, no. Place was pretty much empty when we got here. Um, hmm. No, nobody's come to collect anything or.
Alright, thank you so much. And I'll just kind of head out to the other
Yeah.
places.
Yeah. So if you're kind of hitting up all of your old haunts
I'm
while you're in
basically
town.
Yeah, like where we used to, like the bars we used to play at, ask if
Yeah.
like anybody's seen them, stuff like that.
So I would say for the most
And
part,
also keeping an eye out for any individuals that are eyeing me super weird.
make a perception check on that.
Huh, I don't see shit.
Yep, nothing catches your eye. You're cautious though. Trying to keep a low profile as best you can. I'm assuming you have like a hood up,
Yeah.
at least hiding yourself. Okay. Um. So you're making yourself scarce, kind of going around and at least popping into all these old places that you used to visit and play in. And for the most part, some of the faces may be like a little familiar, but nobody that you were particularly close to. Um, but you do finally come to one where you at least recognize a bartender or a barkeep or whatever you want to call him. And let's just come up with a name real quick. We'll say it's a half elf man tending to the bar named Nil, Nil. And he looks up and he's really surprised to see you. First words out of his mouth was like, I? I would.
Hey Nil. Been a while.
Yeah, I'll say. What happened? Where have you been?
It's a very long, very tragic, very not interesting story. Have you seen Portia and Lattice by any chance? Heard anything from them?
Well, it's been a little while, but they've certainly been here since you disappeared.
They've been here?
Yeah, they've popped in a couple times. You don't you haven't kept up with them, or do you guys
No,
have a fallen out?
No, it's very complicated. Do you know where they're staying by any chance?
No, I don't. I know last time they were here, they said something about visiting home, but that's
Okay.
been a while.
Okay, and they haven't been back since?
Not since that. No, I'm
How
sorry.
how long ago was that?
Oh, probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, thank you. You
You're
don't know
welcome.
how much you just helped me, actually.
Yeah. Well, don't be a stranger. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, actually. It's been a while since I've seen anybody
Yeah. Well,
friendly.
it's good to see old friends.
Alright, thank you. I'll try to pop in at some point.
Well, we'd love to have you play again.
Maybe eventually. A lot of things are happening right now.
Yark, that makes me really sad. Yeah. No, I understand, but like I said, don't be a stranger. It's always good to have you around.
Thank you. I'm gonna head out. I'll try to find them, catch up with them if I can.
I'm sorry. You're trying to catch up with.
I just tell him that I'm gonna try to catch up with them if I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I'll say bye and head out to find the rest of the party.
Sure. Okay. They're pretty easy to track down. Tristan, I'm assuming you've made it back by this point.
Right.
Okay.
So I have news. They were here about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
And apparently they've been frequenting one of the bars that we used to frequent all together.
And they are fine.
He didn't say anything. I didn't ask. I was too shocked. But
Where are
he
they now?
didn't.
Do you know?
They said that they were gonna visit home. So I think we should rest the night and head out there. I think it's like a day or so track. I don't know.
Let me see.
Do you want to camp out or could
Well,
get going?
Of course, it's going to show me feet, not. We'll call that miles. So
yeah, 50
probably a day and a
miles.
half.
It's a day and a half of travel.
Day and a half, 2 days, something like that.
Do you want to get moving and camp out or you want to stay here for the night?
I'd like to get moving. If that's okay with everybody else, of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Just let me grab a beer and let's go.
Right.
Were they looking for you too? Had they been asking about you?
I didn't ask. I didn't think to ask. I was just surprised that they were around.
Huh.
You need more time to go ask questions.
I mean, it was at the bar, so if you want to grab a beer there and I can ask some more questions there. But I also don't want to alert anybody that something was wrong, you know? I don't want to worry anybody.
Right.
Well, it's your call. I'm fine either way.
Yeah, up to you.
I think we should just head out to my village.
Yeah, I want to meet your parents.
All right, I just take some wine to go and let's go.
Of
I
course.
already met Tristan's dad, so it's your turn.
Oh, believe me, you haven't had this pleasure.
Yeah, you don't look anything like your dad, Tristan. Are you adopted?
As you know very well, and I am sure making fun of me for it, Sir Aaron is my mentor, not my dad.
Pretty sure I've heard you
Oh.
call him daddy in your sleep, so I don't know about that.
That's why you have a ugly mug and he doesn't.
What are your parents like, Guy?
They're very nice. They're kind of getting old at this point, but they're very nice. Have a little, like, not a
Alright.
farm, like, they have a little garden in the woods, and it's a small village. We don't do much there. There's nothing really to do, so it's not very interesting.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Alright, let's go meet the parents.
Let's head out there.
All right, so you guys are now leaving.
As we said to leave Neverwinter, I will try, like Tristan will try to find I in like a more one-on-one kind of situation. Like, there is the police don't, the constabulary doesn't know, didn't of course get any missing report for the two people you mentioned, but I learned something interesting that you might want to know, and you might not want everybody in the group to know.
What is it?
There was a string of disappearances a few months ago, and they were looking specifically for races of people related to the Feywild.
There are a lot of those in Neverwinter? I didn't
No,
really...
there are very few, and I'm not even sure an elf would count.
Well,
Though they did mention that a satyr would certainly be a possibility. And Tristan looks intently at I.
she just kind of stares at him. Well, we should keep entry close then, if they're kidnapping Faye.
And we should make sure you are not at risk as well. Should we
I-
not?
Don't think I'm at risk at this point.
You are from the Feywild, are you not?
Honestly, I don't actually know for sure. I was raised here.
Well,
In retrospect, after talking to Entry and everything, it makes sense, I guess, that I'm from the Feywild. But I have questions for my parents still about it.
of course,
I mean, they kind of told me they found me in a cabbage patch, but like, we don't even grow cabbages.
well, being from the Feywild, that might be the first time that the story is actually true. Except, as you said, no cabbages. My only point was the cult might be still interested in you for
Well,
similar reasons.
I'm sure the cult is interested in all of us at this point.
Fair enough. I
So,
guess we are not in any unusual danger, and hopefully meeting your friends again doesn't put them in any further danger.
well, as long as the cult doesn't know where we're going, I think it should be fine. And if they do, well, that's a problem.
Depends what they send after us, I suppose. And in any case, that's really all the information I have. I imagine you prefer me not to give it in the middle of a tavern.
Yeah, I guess so. Though I don't know if I really care that everybody else might know at this point. We're visiting my home village, it's gonna come out.
Fair enough. You can then reveal your secrets to the group on your own time for it.
Yeah, I'd like to do it on my own terms. Thanks for keeping quiet.
No problem
Yeah,
at all.
Rix just pops out between you and say, "Hey guys, what are you talking about anyway? Do you want a sip of wine?"
Jesus, Yarek.
About her
Where
parents.
did you come from?
Just behind. I was drinking wine.
Oh my god.
What are you talking about anyway? You're anxious about
Family.
seeing your parents after a while?
Yeah.
I wish I'd see my mother and father again. You know, my mother makes the best pie in the world.
Are they... Where are they? Are they, like,
Well,
alive?
they're back home, I suppose.
Ever
I'm
on
the one
whatever
that's
that
at
means.
home.
Hmm.
I don't believe we have encountered a single map that shows it on.
Yep,
Oh, well.
it worries me. Maybe I'll get some clues in this Feywild, I mean.
Fair enough. Anyways, we should make haste.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry. I may have missed when you guys. Where are you while this conversation is taking place?
We're on
on
the
the
way.
road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, yeah, Andrew said that they might have to call the night soon, so I don't know if we want to, like...
Yeah, so that's actually what I was about to get to. So
I don't mind calling it a night here.
Yeah, same. I think it's actually a pretty natural point. But I got one more thing I want to do real quick. So as you guys are moving up the road, we'll say that there is a road leading to your village eye that runs kind of like right along the river, and leads into Neverwinter Wood, which is we can go over the history of that next week once we actually kind of get into Neverwinter Wood. But as you guys are kind of rounding a bend, you hear a voice call out, and all it says is, "In the name of Helm the Watcher, hold your ground." And you are surrounded by a company of knights. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh, shit.
That's not good.
Actually,
No problem.
I don't have to go to work.
Okay, Henry, if you want. Helm.
Oh!
So do you have to go to work?
I do.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm just joking, because I definitely want to know what's about to happen.
I'm stopping the recording at this point, because we're wrapping up.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop